Hey guys, sorry, I had to grab coffee. I went live and forgot to grab my coffee. Um, so I figured tonight, I find it odd that Jody continuously is going over all these strange phone calls with Benny, right? Like phone calls we didn't know about that to me prove that she's been working behind the scenes with Benny. Um, the things said in them, her enthusiasm when she speaks with him, you hear it. Now, I've been trying to figure out how long ago that 9 hour phone call was. I believe. I'm thinking it was in 2022, early on, before all the fighting really started. So what I want to do is I'm still having like confusion with the Dusty, the Ernie, the Benny, the Tiffany, the AB, the whole situation with all of them together. So I think it's important that we go back and still continue on with what I was doing with Benny. The channel's open and there are videos people haven't seen that have been on lockdown for what, like 2 years, right? So to go back and listen and understand everything, because Benny had a really close relationship with the Wells and a lot of behind the scenes shit, right? So I think it's really, really important that we still continue to go back and do this. So I thought tonight, I know I said last night I'd come live and talk about the videos the night before. However, my daughter moved back in yesterday, surprisingly. Long story. And I think she brought her boyfriend. So we had a pretty busy day yesterday and I couldn't go live and I've been busy all day today. um so I haven't really had an opportunity to put stuff together. So when we're done listening to this live of Benny, we'll go back and go over the first video or two. Hey, Lady R. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you for being here, Lady R. Thank you. Sorry, it was kind of like impromptu. I haven't really been around. So, all right, let me go back. I'm going to play this live. I believe this is where we left off quite some time ago, huh? Oh no, August 13th? I don't know. We'll just start here. If we listen to it, I'll move on after. We'll go back. Okay, so my sharing, I am. I'm just gonna sit back a little bit till I hear something interesting. I'm not sure what this is about. Does he have a he doesn't have a description.
Today, we're going to chit chat a little bit about code of, and we're going to be kind of mirroring what the journalistic code of ethics is, because what we're doing is actually naturally it's journalism, right? We call ourselves whatever we want, but this is sharing media, and so it's actually journalism. That's why they make you preface it for entertainment purposes only. So it has some educational value, but you are warned upon entry that a lot of this that you're going to be exposed to is absolute bullshit. So anyhow, I have a very articulate guest this afternoon. And she is going to come on and really help us articulate what we know currently as a kind of a blanket code of ethics that should be applying to all of us right now, but unfortunately it's not. So I'm going to bring her in now, guys. Her name is, there it is.
Hello.
Beautiful. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Oh, good. It's nice to be back.
And welcome back.
Well, hopefully, being back doesn't start things up again. So I'm pretty sure it will, but oh well, duty happens.
Yeah. So ethics. I know that is really, it's really an issue in regards to the way we see a lot of the behavior popping off right now online. So you made me familiar with the journalistic code of ethics, which I know you've been saying in my ear since the beginning that we're not recreating the wheel. So what do you want to start with?
Well, I think talking about the wheel is probably a good start. Like when, just to introduce everybody to things that have happened recently in the recent past, the Cecil Hotel Netflix show kind of gave us all a good slap up the side of the head and said, "What the hell are you doing? Like, where's your ethics?" Right. And the guy who was actually at the center of that's John Lorden. His name is. His channel is Lorden Arts. He copped a lot of backlash for people going out and attacking. Who was the guy again? I forget his name now. Attacking that dude that everyone thought had killed the girl. I just can't remember his name for some reason. It jumped out of my head. But anyway, when that happened and he copped all that backlash, he sort of put together a couple of the most popular, I guess, channels in true crime. And what are we going to do? How do we combat this like backlash stuff? How do we separate it and understand what it is that we're doing? And I guess it came down to having a code of ethics. And so I actually agree with that. I don't think we need to reinvent that wheel. Like, he's done a lot of work. It's not just him. It's quite a number of really big channels out there that have done a lot of this work already. And I'd like to maybe suggest piggybacking on that or joining them or whatever it is you want to call it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Someone's got to start, somebody's got to start the whole movement, and it's not necessarily that we're starting it, but that we're initiating it in our part of the community where we're just not seeing it, right? I personally haven't seen a lot of people adhering to any sort of code of ethics, right?
Right. And I don't think the point is adhering to it. Like, just to throw an example out there, okay, I'm an animal lover and I don't like people who mistreat animals. So if you come into my circle, my social circle, and you're mistreating animals, and I know that you're mistreating animals, I'm just going to ditch your ass. Like, I'm not going to hang around with you. I'm not going to go places with you. I'm just not going to have anything to do with you. Because, that's my personal ethics. If you mistreat animals and you don't fit in my sphere. And so trying to get people to adhere to a code of ethics is probably a little bit of a pointless task. Because nobody's going to. We already know that to start with. But it's just a personal thing that you take on board. If you're a creator and you have a code of ethics and you state that you have that code of ethics at the start of your shows or it's in your description or whatever, then that spreads it out there. And it's a social change that happens over time, I think, is probably more to the point. Like there was a study that I was looking at a couple of years ago. I think it was a survey that someone put out. And the conclusion of the survey was that up to 85% of Americans can't distinguish between facts and opinion.
Absolutely.
Right. And so that's a very big population of people who don't actually get what facts are. And we don't want to go up against that, and people still are entitled to choose between facts and opinion. I guess we don't need to be the world police of anything, But social attitudes shift over time. And, like you can go back 400 years, we were burning witches and slaughtering natives, And
that wasn't that
we're
long
not doing
ago.
that. Right. But we're not doing that anymore because, and that's just an example that social attitudes do shift over time. And, to be to be a part of what Lorden Arts and Crime Con is doing is an honourable part, I think, in doing our part of helping to shift and adjust the social attitudes by adopting them ourselves. Just as I was explaining, we want to be animal lovers. Well, we can't really police that, can we? So.
No, I don't think we can. I mean, you just play on, it's the good guy. It's the buddy system, right? It's like, need a penny, take a penny, penny, leave a penny. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Right. And so, there's really, without, any sort of federal legislation blocking, a lot of the actions that these journalists on YouTube do. You're just playing on one's wholesomeness and good, family values. And I think that, a lot of the things that the creators put out here, I think to myself, it's like you kiss your mother with that mouth. And I know people say that about me. Sometimes for me, using the F word is the only thing that that I've got in the moment that gets attention. And that becomes an issue too. Because if people don't like the way it sounds, then they forget what you're saying, right?
Right. So, and everyone's got their own like personality behind what makes their channel popular. So, I don't think we need to, police personalities and all that sort of thing. But if it's like, an ethic, a boundary of ethics in mind, and I'm just to give you the example, I'm just going to read off of the CrimeCon website. And for those who don't know what CrimeCon is, it's exactly like Comic-Con. It's a convention where everybody who shares an interest goes along and shares their interest, basically. So CrimeCon is for podcasters and YouTubers who are into the true crime community. And but I'm just going to pull out one paragraph of the About CrimeCon page, which says, our events are equal parts education and experience. Whether you're interested in wrongful convictions, forensic linguistics, cold cases, or the latest in forensic science, we work hard to curate a wide-ranging program that has something for everybody. Blah, blah, blah. Now, and then the next paragraph reads, but no matter what our program has in store, hardly a day goes by that our team doesn't think about the fact that we cover things that often involve the worst day of someone's life.
Fact.
Respect for victims, families, and law enforcement is always in front of everything we do.
I mean, there you go. I mean, it's there is kind of this blurry line when it comes to American law enforcement, because when someone has the worst day of their life, for a short moment, there's actual advocating from police or from law enforcement to the victim, but then it's turned over to a medic, and then it's turned over to a doctor, and then to a prosecutor. Meanwhile, the policeman's main job, their main focus is to be on the criminal, right? The suspect. That's the name of their game. Later on in the hospital, somebody gets a call from a victim advocates from the PD. So there isn't really this really concrete training. There is actually a lack of training when it comes to the compassion of the police officer. And I think that we see with law enforcement suicide rates that there is a real compassion fatigue pretty quickly for these guys, for their own families, not only the people that they're out there to be servicing. So, for me, the code of ethics is what we look, you could be ethically in a really bad spot, and a policeman show up and he is the reset. He's the resetter of all ethical engagements, right? So you will be fucking up beyond the scope of the law, and a policeman show up and you look like you go to church now. So they reset that. We look to the police for that, that mentor, that helper, that protector. And when they come here and they help blur the lines between what is appropriate and what's not, the onlookers, they're like, oh, well, he did it, it's okay.
Right. And it's not okay.
It's not okay. No.
In some situations, they have a moral duty to, interview suspects and find out who's the guilty party, and, to help build the case to bring a prosecution forward, blah, blah, blah. They have that ethical duty themselves. But to put it on blast, and blow open an investigation. And, I think one of the things I heard Chris McDonough's guest say was, we are actually hoping that law enforcement or detectives are watching this so that we can influence the investigation. And I guess that's what a lot of people are aiming for. They actually do want to influence an investigation. But when you want to move that forward in time, let's move it, forward to, you've got someone in jail, and like that young Crow boy is probably a good example. You've got them wrapped up, they're going to go to jail. You've got all this like evidence that you've built against them, and the public's helped you to do that. It's all hearsay and circumstantial. You've got no body. You go through the court cases, he ends up in jail, and then he's entitled to a whole bunch of appeals. And if your whole case was built on public information or what the public says or rumors and hearsay, if your whole case is built on that, by the time you get to an appeal, whether you believe that person is guilty or not, by the time you get to an appeal, that person's getting out of jail.
Facts.
And so you need to let the police actually have evidence, facts, not opinions and rumors and hearsay and the whole gamut that goes into it. And we've got a case coming up, which I would like to talk another time when we have time. I'd like to talk on another case that's coming up because it goes into how the public actually impacts the appeals process. Now, this person, there's a 50-50 chance she's going to get out off death row. Now, whether you support her getting off death row or you don't support getting off death row. The point is they're putting her on death row, and that is going to come into question in this particular appeal. And it's going big because it's on it's an Innocence Project appeal, basically. For those who are not familiar with Innocence Project, they're just a bunch of lawyers who do appeals pro bono for the most worthy cases, I guess. And so if you want to talk about, like people like Chris McDonough like to say, I've got a XYZ success rate of putting people in jail. Well, my question is, what is your exoneration
rate? Yay!
Because in science, we work on a error rate, not a success rate. Everything's worked off of an error rate. What's the percentage of error, plus or minus? So the last figures I looked at for America was something like 2,000 exonerations, of 200 of which were on death row. 70% of these exonerations were proven by DNA science, not statement analysis and the shit that Chris McDonough does. All right? That's what put him in jail.
That's what put them there.
Exactly. Right. So, yeah, it has a flow-on effect. What we do here on YouTube as creators, it has a flow-on effect into, the higher courts and the appellate courts and so on. And we really do have to keep all of that in mind. You've always been on the right path saying we don't need to taint a jury, but on top of that, we don't need to taint an appeals process. And this upcoming appeal that I would like to talk about goes into great detail, like exact detail about how and why this stuff is really important right back here at the investigation stage.
Yeah, and that's really, people are like, they're not here for entertainment, we're here for justice. And it's like, yeah, I can tell by the way you comment, because what's going to happen is, I tell you, like, so most of the people that are involved in this thing online, it's for entertainment purposes, right? Because the way they meddle in it and the way that they comment in it shows that they have no foresight or insight about what it goes to after it leaves YouTube. Like, when you no longer have access to it and it goes to the court, they don't even care about the imprint and the indentation that they've made on the jury pool that's in Tennessee, Hawkins County, watching right now. If it stays at the state level, the people that are watching these videos, they're being polluted by every second of it that they watch.
That's right. That's exactly right. And what was I going to say about that?
Auntie, what's up, bro?
I'm a firm believer in prevention is better than cure. So
a pound of prevention, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, in fact.
Right. And so what you're discussing about, putting a petition together and trying to change, have some sort of law or something going to the legislators to be put in place so that people can't do it. I don't know that it is prevention. I totally get that it is prevention, but I don't know that that's the right answer. And I could be all on my own with this, but I always have a problem with the government making rules for us. I would rather be involved in making the rules and saying this is what we want, rather than just giving them an open book and saying, here you go, govern me. And that's why we have a defense. That's why we have a defense attorney, because they're there to protect us against the government. The government has to have, when it all goes to trial, the government has to prove their case against us, and we have a defense attorney there to protect us from false allegations or whatever it is, to protect our rights through the trial process, to make sure we have a fair trial, et cetera, et cetera. So if you want the government to make rules for you and you don't set out what the rules are, then you probably aren't thinking straight. So when we're talking about prevention, we're already in the process now. We're already at the other end. We're watching the results. And this case I was just talking about that's going to appeal is the result of not having preventative measures or ethics or anything involved to begin with. So we are, in essence, creating a cure. But I would like to look at it from, let's create a prevention first, and then worry about how legislators can give us, a legal remedy for a cure. So this is basically a code of ethics for creators, not for viewers. Viewers can spew whatever bullshit they want in the comments. It's just bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't
but
stop that.
Right.
There are always pieces to them. There are pieces that you don't know where they're until, you get find them. There are pieces that, just like I was telling others when I got to the members or whatever yesterday. Could have been yesterday. But there are pieces here you come on and you can hear. But even the creators don't know what the hell they have or hold or what they're given. Depends on which front you're hunting at the time. It's like the past week plus or so of and Ernie and TM's bullshit with the cotton thing. It was really pushed in with the whole head in the box thing too. But the little needful thing behind it, the one thing they want the real shit real people hold. Ain't gonna happen. And I'm indeed one of those. And as soon as they realize this, ain't gonna happen. And if you caught the little pieces in between, you realize it was done on purpose. grinding them and pushed it in, and right before that, Ernie and they came in and all things, and then swapped to cotton and all that shit with the bread and Andy Ziggy bullshit there, on text and all that crap. And the questions asked to me on Ernie's, and it was like, oh, which bitches am I gonna ask the question right today? It's always that way when I get on a panel, stupid. And then the little things, and then went back up on 125 places they were already told to go by Fred, and I was just sort of unaware of. PG's trying to help in that effort, get Ryan back up on there, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Also trying to pull out others in and around that they know are indeed part of this community and have been since long before we were. And that just want to be fucking piece of shit, fucking lazy garbage trash here locally. Ain't got nothing better to do than try to insert in and around any case here and be like, ooh, pick me. And then they picked the wrong fucking bitch they didn't know. Now, I'll tell you, if they want to continue this bullshit after clearly being told not to, and no better than if indeed it's that smell on it behind there. And there's
So this isn't completely done. I have one piece of it that I want you guys to hear because I want to talk about a couple little pieces in it. I'm going to go back so you guys can hear it again because I think she said one of the things I wanted to talk about that I find strange. This was a 12-hour live that she did. I have gotten, I think, 7 hours of it broken down, but not finished. I put it on 2-speed and took all the air space out, like the negative space in between her words. But she goes over Benny in this live, which is what made me want to go back to Benny today, because it made me think like Jody is doing a lot of Benny shit, like good side Benny, which is really strange. She does attack anybody who talks about Summer. You should hear the amount of people she says in this little 7-minute clip. This little 7-minute clip has a whole bunch in it. It's probably really like 45 minutes of her talking, just fast and with all the airspace out. Okay, so let's listen. I'm not looking at chat because I'm going to pause when I want to come back to chat and talk to you guys.
there are always pieces to it. There are pieces that
Here, let me slow it down too a little bit.
there are always pieces to it. There are pieces that
Okay, now it's a 9-minute video.
there are always pieces to it. There are pieces that you don't know were there until you get find them. There are pieces that, just like I was telling others, and I get to the members or whatever yesterday. Could have been yesterday. But there are pieces here you come on, you can hear, but even the creators don't know what the hell they have or hold or what they're giving dinners. Yeah, depends on which front you're hunting at the time. It's like the past week plus or so of Ernie and TM's bullshit with the cotton thing. It was really pushed in with the whole head in the box thing too. But the little needful thing behind it, I wanted thing. They want the real shit real people hold. Ain't gonna happen. And I'm indeed.
The real shit real people hold. Now, this is something Jody says often. She sure does. This is the first thing I want to talk about. Okay? The first thing real people hold. She'll go on to say that she holds these items. And she says it quite often. In my opinion, that makes Jody look guilty. Okay? Because she's telling us she knows something that she's not telling us or anybody. That it's just pieces she knows, like it's a secret. Either that or she leads it on for views. But after 3 years of saying the pieces I hold, Jody, you're crying wolf. You ever read that book? You ever hear that story in like kindergarten, preschool? The little boy who cried wolf? You do that a lot in a lot of situations.
One of those. And assume that you realize this. Ain't gonna happen. And if you caught the little pieces in between, you realize it was done on purpose. Grinding them and pushed it in, and right before that, Ernie and the came in and all things, and the swapped to cotton and all that shit with the bread and Andy Ziggy bullshit there, text and all that crap. And the questions asked me on Ernie's, and it was like, oh, which bitches am I gonna ask the question right today? It's always that way when I get on a panel. Stupid. And then little things. And then went back up on 125 places they were already told to go by Fred and was just sort of unaware of. PG's trying to help in that effort get Ryan back up on there. This, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Also trying to pull others in or around that they know are indeed part of this community and have been since long before we were. And that just want to be fucking piece of shit, fucking lazy garbage trash here locally. Ain't got nothing better to do than try to insert in and around any case here and be like, ooh, pick me. And then they picked the wrong fucking bitch they didn't know. Now, I'll tell you.
So, Jody, you will go on to say, I know, that's why I did it. She does it again, too. But, Jody, you will go on to say, you say they picked the wrong bitch. Oh, excuse me, guys. You say they picked the wrong bitch, but holy cow, fall allergies are kicking in, I think. Okay. You say they picked the wrong bitch, but what bitch should they have picked? It seems like anybody local who comes out and talks, or anybody in general on YouTube that talks about summer, is a problem to you. It seems to me you're trying to quiet Summer's story out. But I want you to finish listening to this, guys.
They want to continue this bullshit after clearly being told not to. They know better than if indeed it's that smell on it behind there. And there's weaseling around and thinking that, nobody ever say, tell, won't be known it's coming from, blah, 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 blah. Again, bullshit lines, garbage, it's fuck people that they already fucked with. I'll shut it the fuck down and quit already. Better miss me with that shit. Now, I don't want to have to do that because there are children I care about that are involved. It will break their hearts. It will hurt them. And I don't want that to be. But shutting it down will actually be the best thing, even if they don't see it that way. And it will keep all this bullshit all these critters are doing to try to get near shit they don't need from happening, and more shit continuing in people's names and under them and all the narratives and garbage running in for years from continuing, so in that way it will save them from more heartbreak than they've already experienced by you asshole creators and those like Ted.
Okay, so she goes into creators. And this isn't that old, though. This is just from when she was on Ernie's panel, like around that time. I'll look at the date on it. Actually, I have it up, I think. No, I don't. Okay, I'll give you guys the date later, but it wasn't that long ago. But before she talks about creators, I want you to take a close listen to what she says, and then she switches it so people don't hear it. I feel like she's giving somebody in her neighborhood a message because this is somebody she's close to, that she's speaking about, that she cares deeply about their children, but she doesn't care. She's going to shut whatever it is they're doing down. Oops, I went too far. Hold on.
Between girls done on purpose, Brian and them, and pushed it in, and right before that, Ernie, and the cabinet and all things, and the swap to cotton, and all that shit with Fred and Andy, Ziggy bullshit they on text, and all that crap, and the questions asked me on Ernie's, and it was like, oh, which bitches are like asking to ask the questions right today? It's always that way when I get on a panel. Stupid. And then the little things. And then went back up on 125 places they were already told to go by Fred and was just sort of unaware of. PG's trying to help in that effort get Ryan back up on there. This, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Also trying to pull others in or around that they know are indeed part of this community and have been since long before we were. And that just want to be fucking piece of shit, fucking lazy garbage trash here locally. Ain't got nothing better to do than try to insert in and around any case here and be like, ooh, pick me. And then they picked the wrong fucking bitch they didn't know. Now, I'll tell you, they want to continue this bullshit after clearly being told not to. They know better than if indeed it's.
If they want to continue this bullshit after clearly being told not to, who told whoever you're talking about, Jody Sue, not to talk? Are you like the ruler of Beach Creek, Ben Hill, Hawkins County, that you get the chance to tell people when and when not to talk?
That smell on it behind there. And there's weaseling around and thinking that, nobody ever say, tell, won't be known it's coming from, blah, 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 blah. Again, bullshit lines, garbage, it's fuck people that they already fucked with. I'll shut it the fuck down and quit already.
The people that they already fucked with, she'll shut it down and quickly.
Better miss me with that shit. Not,
Better miss her with that shit. I'm missing you with it right now, bitch.
I don't want to have to do that because there are children I care about that are involved. It will break their heart.
She doesn't want to do that because there's children she cares about that are involved, and it'll break their
Hearts. It will hurt them. And I don't want that to be. But
their hearts. It'll hurt them, and she don't want that.
shutting it down will actually be the best thing, even if they don't see it that way. And it will keep all
But shutting it down will be the best thing you ever see it that way.
this bullshit all these critters are doing to try to get their shit they don't need from happening, and
it'll keep all this bullshit, all these creators from getting shit that they don't need.
more shit continuing in people's names and under them and all the narratives and garbage running in for years from continuing, so in that way it will.
But Jody Sue, when you're telling people not to speak, you are creating the narrative. You are telling people what and what not to say. You, right here, while saying people are creating a narrative, are at this moment in this live creating a narrative where you are saying you have been told not to come out here and talk. I will shut it down, as if that is a threat. You are telling people not to speak about summer. Do you understand that? Why do you do this? Hold on. There's more.
Save them from more heartbreak than they've already experienced by you asshole creators and those like Fed and bullshitters and the Jenny Adrian, PGs, etc. They ain't got time for this shit. But make no mistake, I will break it down with real receipts in a way that's going to hurt, but it's going to stop the cold in its tracks, along with all these fucking creators. And then
do it. It's been 3 years and you've yet by yourself to shut every creator in the true crime community down. We're waiting. Your threats are harmless. They mean nothing and it will never happen. Do you understand that? This is a ploy for you to get people to watch you while you threaten other creators. Jody, I can guarantee you, even your most loyal supporters that sit in your chat daily think you're fucking batshit crazy, in my opinion. They do it to entertain you because they feel bad for you.
those doing this shit and being stupid enough to do this shit, or ever even knew who and what they were, I will place papers on you. Are we clear? I hope we're fucking clear. And if it ain't weasels in the background of that ilk, and they're just trying to draw you out, I suggest you don't, because it's going to be an entire shit show, and they're going to hurt you, kids, everybody in between, and they're going to make a mess, more narratives, fuck with other shit around many things, including Summer some more, distract, chaos, mud, jello, like the worst, and those most likely to be responsible, desire, and have for several years now. I'm in that mood for that shit either. So, if you care, pay attention to what they're actually doing. And I know you've watched enough for the last few years to know what the fuck they are, because you were around here long before, and in other cases, locally, with these same fucking creators, in the same chats and discords and shit.
So who are you speaking about, Jody Sue? Somebody locally that you know that was in the chats with these creators and other cases. You say you got these receipts. Let's see it. What the fuck you talking about? Huh? I'm really curious. Hold on.
I ain't got time for it. How do I keep doing it? But I'll be damned. Because, what the fuck's being weaseled about right now is to fuck with me and try to get things from me and others who do hold it, know it, have it, blah, 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 not.
There you go. Others who do know, hold it, have it. What is it, Jody Sue? Who are the others? Are you hiding a secret with others about Summer? That's an honest question. Because you say this nightly almost. That, darling, is what makes you look guilty as fuck, in my opinion. With pure speculation.
Necessarily. So I might want to go back and tell Jenny and Adrian the database of that. Also, I might want to tell Adrian's fucking sorry ass still wound up around my family and being a second little cunt, and commenting on family posts and that sort of thing. She's going to have some goddamn explaining to do. And
What does she have to explain if she's commenting on your family's posts? That means that your family is friends with her, right? At their own will, which leads me to ask a whole shit ton of questions. Guess what, Jody? You asked me not to, but we're going to revisit your sister soon. Again and again and again and again and again. Why was the feds following her, according to her, Jody Sue? Benny had that question for you once.
She's going to be lucky if they don't put her ass right in the coach after I finish finally doing what I should have done several years ago with all the little receipts on her sorry ass. But that's part of the compiling, making sure cut off and keep to oneself, and that way people like Jenny and Adrian can't do any more damage and fuck around like they've been over so until, right? Let them fuck around and find out. It should be good times coming up for that one soon. I'll give them another 6 or 7 days, so. And in that, I'm gonna.
Well, it's been more than 6 or 7 days. And guess what? Now you're going to fuck around and find out. Hi, Karen. How are you today? Right. That's what I'm saying. Fuck around and find out. She about to fuck around and find out, because I want to find out why her sister's doing all this sneaky shit with Chicken on a Stick and Squall and CSI and that's really what I want to find out. Even Andy Bernard, which, by the way, Andy, fuck you, dude. That shit you pulled in my chat the other night, that also kept me away last night. And I couldn't even finish my work the night before because I was pissed the fuck off and irritated. So you want to know the truth? I think you and Jody Sue are up to something, and I think your fucking new wife is fake. I think she's a distraction. You say, oh, I didn't meet her until June of 2022. As soon as you meet her, Piper gets on and starts fucking crowdfunding for a fucking wedding, and you're married by what, October? September? Yeah, I don't believe a fucking word you say, buddy. Okay, but let's go.
Have her little monster and help her as well, and their portions of, and several others, because I've straight had enough. Then they can all explain to not just those, but others in the long run, hopefully in courts. Which, I mean, I'm sure will actually happen on criminal levels at some point anyway. So everything else is just icing on the cake and civil shit. So, yay as I walk through the valley of shit. Anyway, keep it up, sunshines. Anyway, problem is you can't fix local stupid toasted burnt soaps. Can't quite get shit there. People say
Like, here's the thing. This woman's here sticking up for this other woman who's supposed to be her family member, right? And this family member's all over these, like, in shit, in chats, faking to be Brittany on fucking Ziggy's. I'm telling you, that's her fucking voice. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Buddy with TM, who's trashing Jody Sue, but yet they're best friends. They're not best friends. They're best friends. They're not best friends. It doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, it is interesting who comes into my lives and when. But here's the thing. I don't trust a fucking word Andy Bernard says. Did you see his anger the other day over a joke? Even after I said I wouldn't make the video and like 20 times tried to change the fucking subject, I got off as fast as I did because he pissed me the fuck off. That little spout of anger he had right there, in my opinion, shows you the kind of person he is. And I'm not going to sit back here and be quiet and coddle somebody who Jody Sue says is capable of doing the things he does, like pew pew and mass amounts of people. She has stated 1,000,000 times, until another child dies, until another child is harmed. Why do you use them terms, Jody Sue? Until another child. He woke up from funeral music and it was all a dream. It was such a dream that Jody Sue would leave his ass, right? Over a dream? You get up and yell at your daughter and abuse your daughter because you had a fucking dream over a missing child? In my opinion, y'all are some fucked up parents. The both of you. The whole family, to be fucking 100% completely honest with you. And they probably do walk around fucking naked. Fucking weird ass motherfuckers. You hear, in my opinion, and you hear Jody Sue say shit like, oh, they protected the pedo. They protected the SA'er. From who? Like, why are they protecting an SA'er? What SA'er? Who did he SA? Jody Sue? Who's protecting someone? Because you've done nothing but come out here, trash this dude, right? Trash the living shit out of him. While your family's buddies with him, commenting on Gavel and Adrian's posts. Bitch, you're friends with all of them behind the scenes. In my opinion. You're right. Fake ass marriages that you helped fucking deploy, in my opinion, today. My opinion changes all the fucking time. But you and Andy ain't no motherfucking innocent ass fucking people. I'll tell you that right now. Toxic shit. Stain. Smelly. Fucking flies flying around your fucking... Ooh. Let me shut the fuck up. All right, let's finish this and I'm going to come read chat.
It's not that I really give a shit. Yeah. I'll be gone long before you're gone. It makes no difference to me. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple pieces that may not make sense. And why I'm putting here, why today, they do indeed feed back into the monsters ball pieces in ways, but also in a totality type, in a Hunt and Tragedy Pimps way, and in a Summer way, and in a Mean Something way. But it does fall into the, all these creators are idiots. But speaking of all this shit with Brooks, and trust me, then even as it goes with Brooks, one day I'll get around to the receipts on Brooks and her fucker around here for years. But that shit coming out.
Another thing, she was all about Ernie until Ernie talked to Brooks. Do I think the Brooks and Ernie thing is strange as fuck? Fuck yeah, I do. I just, I liked Brooks. I liked her channel till she entertained some crazy shit, right? Like, Ernie is crazy shit, in my opinion. Whom we found out probably worked at that Hay House where Jody and Andy went often, right? Am I correct about that? You know what? I have no opinion about that dude, Phoebe. I really don't. Right now. I don't like him. That's just my own feeling on him. He's something. Yeah, I don't think it's drugs, Josh. You know what I think it is? I think it's paranoia. I think she has, in my opinion, something to be scared of. She tells us daily she knows things that others don't know. She holds the pieces. She holds the clues. Those are her famous words. She's not going to give them to nobody. Nobody in her neighborhood can speak about Summer. Nobody on the internet can speak about Summer. She doesn't share Summer's face. There's something wrong with that. How do you meet someone in July of 2022 and you're married by September? I think it was like September 9th or something, right? Am I correct? Somewhere around there. So 2 months. You meet someone, you have CSI crowdfund for your fucking wedding, a camper. Oh, and let's not forget Ryan, who's your buddy right now, outed your family for selling property to give you money so you, Andy Bernard, could start a new life. So you had money in your pocket. You sold land to move. then you, just like this fucking bitch, in my opinion, on my screen, came to YouTube to crowdfund for a home. So now we're crowdfunding for a home for Jody Sue, for her son, and for you. All under Summer Moon Utah Wells' name. Correct? Oh, and a wedding. Christmas gifts, gift cards during a marathon. The first person to have contact with Squall is Jody Sue, a channel that has no fucking viewers, right? Guys, I don't really give a fuck no more. Like, this is, after that display of Andy the other day, I'm just over it and I'm done. I've tried to be nice to both of these fucking people to get a good feeling about one of them. They're both, in my opinion, as nasty as one another. They're both the same. And so are the people that surround them, in my opinion. You know, the flying monkeys. Jody Sue's family of flying monkeys, according to Jody Sue. Like, I don't even know if I want to go back to Benny. Maybe I just want to sit here and do what she does. Let's trash talk. Holler, I've been known. Listen, you don't get nowhere being mean and letting people know you don't like them. I've learned that on these YouTube streets. You get more information by being nice, and then you can put a collective thought together on what you think of these people. I've given Andy a lot of time. He's been in my chat for quite a few months now. He's been coming here. His little display the other day, I didn't like. The little shit Ryan's pulling, I don't like. That's my opinion. It's all money grabs to me. It's disgusting. And I really feel Fred knows as well. Yes, big time scammers, Holler. Yes, Andy's been a scammer. And if you remember, I never really thought Jody Sue was innocent. I waver. I go back and forth. However, I thought she was covering for Andy. And here's the thing. 3 years later, I still think that. All their public displays, the way they act, the way they beg for money, the way they hate on each other, even with their children, the way they show they talk to their kids like their kids are adults. They bring them into their problems. They're raising another generation of children that are going to grow up to be adults just like them, in my opinion. God, their son went to the services. I pray that the Lord hits him and he realizes he needs to be the one to break that generational shit. Unless he did something this summer and that's why he went. To hide it, to look like a good guy. Right? They do follow each other around. They know what each other says. I'm just saying. I've had enough of it. Andy plays them games. Let me get up on the panel. Let me get on here. I'll tell you. And then he gets up here and he can't. Guys, hold on 1 minute. I gotta mute. Busted. Granddaughter was trying to download something on my phone and brought it in. Like, your phone ain't working. It's bedtime. Go to bed, child. Right. Is Cotton Candy saying something? What's going on? All right, let me finish this video because we only got 5 minutes through, and I don't know if there was anything else I wanted to address in it. And I really didn't finish the whole live. And really, at this point, I spent the whole day fucking doing this shit. And it ended up being like too much. I wasted my day. So, yeah, the rub off is real, was her exact words. But let me finish this video. We could play on a little bit. I mean, I got like 45 minutes of this video done, but it's not pretty in the background. And really, I want to give up on it. But I want you guys to just listen to her for a little bit. I did start with Benny tonight, and we'll go back to Benny. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So, I mean, you guys got me at least another hour and a half. And Benny was boring, that live was. But we'll continue it because he's important too. Especially since I think him and Jody Sue might have actually been very, very close.
With the, them committing fraud and this and the other, blah, blah. I swear, y'all, asbestos over there who had a spies. Like, was reading the news article or something from Attica, New York. Now, I went and looked at myself. And you know how everybody built websites, fake shit, and you never trust a damn thing coming from asbestos. Those are facts. Considering I've had to turn the motherfucker in to the feds here, and Canadian and Royals up there for his crimes linked to him with the whole fucking fake me shit and manufacturing fake evidence in Summer's case and all that shit. I can attest to the fact that there ain't much good about motherfucker you should ever take at face value. You better go look up yourself and make sure it's a real fucking something. And his reviews on his fucking weed biz, he's crossing borders with, ain't it, bro? Alright, so anyway, you did read an article. Right,
And that's another thing. Like, what did AB even do to Jody Sue? Listen, she started attacking him after Tiffany left him, right? When the nudes were done with AB, so we think, she's probably still fucking sending them to him, right? When the nudes were done with AB, she starts attacking AB really, really hard, just like Benny and Tiffany. As you see, she's following Tiffany everywhere Tiffany goes, and she's on whoever's side Tiffany is friends with, and then she fakes fights with Tiffany, but then all of a sudden they're made up. Tiffany's in her chats, and okay, Tiffany. Does anybody else see it? If you see it, I know there's only a few chatting, but if you see it, put a one in the chat. Hit my like button if you see it.
As like Brooks and Greg committing more felonies than most they've been laying into for several years have ever committed. Now I couldn't read right no good. It looks like, or and we all know how asbestos is. He's pretty skanky and gross and predatory in his speak and all abusive work concerns women and all these other things. So I don't know. But he was talking like also charges for smuggling things in through orifices for Brooks into the jail. I don't know. Like, oh, whatever. So on top of the product, I think it could be that. And then once again, I don't know if he was joking and just being abusive and sick and whatever else. I swear he tried to say that Brooks and Greg are brother and sister, not having whatever. I'm hoping that was just in his best sense of humor because I hate things something like that. That'd be pretty embarrassing. But, and honestly, I'm terrified. Go fucking look. But I think it could have just been him adding shit in that went through and just put it out there. And it's his bestest. You know what I mean? And he was gross. Okay. Absolute gross. But I did see some, I called it, or others was on the phone with at a certain point. Looks like not long after, while Tigers was airing, whatever, sparkler post there. And everything became about carrots and micro things, nonsense, explaining how vaginas work and weird shit. For me, I was like, well, that's goofy, but I hear all the threats and the weird shit in the background and links and ties.
That's it. You see, another thing she does, contradicting herself. She sits there and she talks about, oh, poor pity me. They talked about my boobs. They talked about my sparkling VJJ. They talked about Andy's penis. They talked about this. They talked about that. If you really sit back and listen to her, she's just as disgusting as any other one of those creators. The hypocrisy is real, guys.
And weird shit into this.
Now, look, I'm not saying that I have like a clean mouth because I definitely don't, but I don't go out there and say, oh, you said, and then say, I would never do that, but yet here she is doing it, right? Same with the girls that get on here and gotta be pretty, but yet she's fucking flashing nails like no motherfucker in her life. I bet you her and Andy used to fight about getting her nails done, greedy bitch. I bet you her kids, in my opinion, would starve as long as she had her nails done.
Hoax set up missing child thing that Ernie and Jimbo and everybody else played in. Seems like a whole bunch of others had their fingers in it too. Everybody else. I was like, wait, much. The whole news will be about fucking carrots and some sick bullshit. Some fucking frozen hot dogs and Ernie's tiny dick and they'll miss the fucking forest for the trees. What's right in front of them. It's always been so. You know, who really brings out people that then people like Brooks get thrown off the bridge for and then eaten thoroughly. And finally tells her, sale, my receipts are coming on her anyway. So, you know, it's just her time. Forrest, it's just her time. And I guess whatever she's been up to or whatever got someone feeling some type of way. Anyway, but the first clue should be that they're not trying to take down Ernie or his channel, but those who supposedly brought him in. Come on now. And every day that you watch that shit, they're like, this needs to be stopped. They could stop any day. Even most y'all recording for that shit he says or does in his live streams, that should be on. Hell, he's not supposed to be here anyway. He's banned rating. Just like PG and shit. You think AM couldn't strike any stream she does? Good enough for just one live stream to take her fucking channel down. And then it's just like them pretending they all don't know who PG is and shit like that. They didn't do. Half of them didn't know most qualities they damn well do. They're just certain things on keep. But anyway, I think they're trying to get Brooks back in line.
Speaking of PG, does anybody know what's going on with her? She hasn't been around. Just curious.
Whatever. I don't care for those shit. Like I've told you all since I came here, it took about 3 seconds to hear most of these people and they're telling me to go, yeah, straight criminal behind that motherfucker, you know? And then every damn time. Every time they're finally outed or doxxed, whatever, you know, and then you realize exactly what I said. They've got fucking records longer than anybody else. They want to talk shit about online or hunt down bigger criminals than and all shit, and they stay there and talk it.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about her. Nobody really knows who she is. She sounds like an old lady. I was worried about her health, even though I'm not that huge of a fan at all. Really, none. But I do worry about the fellow creator's health. I haven't been on. I was tearing this damn live apart like an idiot. I quit. That's why I'm live now. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm glad she's well.
It's insane, but every time it's still true. And then everybody's like, oh, I'm so shocked. I'm like, really? But y'all are like true detectives and true crime. Okay, I'm shocked from the least. But anyway, I digress. I think it's good to play some pieces here that fall back into the monster's ball. Not quite an intermission, but close. Very good enough. A few keys, several varieties, and a year's long day. Monsters.
And a Jody Sue. A monster like Jody Sue, in my opinion. I think Jody Sue's in there. This is a diversion to make people think she hates these people that she really likes. I think she's friends with them. I think her and Andy, do you guys remember at the beginning them lives that I've been showing? Like you can hear people in the background and talking and trucks pull up and she's telling her daughter and one of them, go call your brother, tell him he's out there or something. Why would Andy be going all around Jody Sue's house all the time? Y'all still doing it, ain't you, Jody? In my opinion. That's why she don't want a boyfriend. She can't even flirt with nobody. Why is that? You see some men come in her chats once in a blue moon and be like, you're really pretty, Jody Sue. Whatever, Andy. I don't believe a fucking word you say anymore. Your little attitude.
Devils. And this also falls under the category of all these motherfuckers are certain I was watching them, and they always are category as well. But it didn't, and I don't. They really thought they were that special. I was going to waste my shit on that voice, so sort of just keep up what I need to and watch the totality of something as I need to if I have to. And otherwise, I'll download and I'll go through as I need to. And, you know, because you got to think at peak, there's a whole lot of fucking material hitting these streets. And I also knew best not to watch certain motherfuckers. And that's because I knew what was going on. I could see the cycles and the intent and their hopes that I would be watching in order to drive, manipulate, push, pull, and to keep that from being, you know, it was best to be like, nope. And to have have hope in being able to have a shield up to where they couldn't necessarily fuck with me that way, but being aware of it all the time.
What kind of background are you guys feeling? Let's put a background on it. Here, I'll show you something cool. Because you guys know I like to teach. This is Wombo Dream. Hold on, let me stop sharing a minute. I got to sign in. Okay, so you guys looking? Let me show you some tricks. This is AI. This is AI art. This is my favorite app, although I like it better on a computer. However, if you're using it for videos, it's better to use do it on the phone because it makes video size pictures. However, on a computer it doesn't, so I got to break them up and fuck with them. So, but this is how you get your own images. So let's say you guys want to see trailer trash blonde. You always want to describe with intricate detail and high resolution, sassy, dirty, grungy, hillbilly, rendered. I'll teach you guys better tricks another day, but these are filters. You get to pick. Oh, this is new. What's the cut? I didn't see this one yet. You hit create. I don't know if I have an affiliate link, but look how cool. This is $12 a month if you want to generate all 4. If you generate 1, it's free. So you could go play with it now, but you only get 1 picture. If you pay the $12 a month, you can generate 4 at a time, and you can edit them. There's all kinds of different things you could do on here. Let me come check chat. Yeah. This one, she looks like a victim. What do you think? No, she don't have brown eyes. Hold on, we got to give her the shit eyes. With 4K brown eyes. And you can add in the style of Margaret Keane and Tim Burton. You want to mix them because you don't want to cheat and like take other people's artwork. So I mix the styles. There's all kinds of like trick words you can use. Here we go. The housewife, right? That took care of everything, paid every bill, kept the house, the dirty house that's falling apart clean because it got trashed like that in the year that Andy moved out. In 1 year, everybody in the world came and fucked their house up. To the point there's not even a house, like not even a shelter there. I don't fucking know. You'd think they'd want to fix it, right? Okay, look, we could pick another style. I like comic book, comic version 3. They have tons of different, and they change them. Like you, every once a week or so, you get. There we go. This one got little aliens around it. What do you think? Okay. So now we're going to go to Canva. Let's upload the couple pictures. I really like this alien one. We'll put this over here. We can flip it. Here, we'll give her a border. I think 10 is good for this one. Let's change the color of the border. So I like the blue. However, it doesn't pop out. So I'm going to put a lighter blue. Look, I'll even go for a powder blue. Okay. This video is 13 minutes. There you go. That's what I just did with that picture.
It's like Jenna and chocolate and can you tell us about this one? Lips, chocolate, minor? I don't want nothing going on that bitches. So let me ask you real quick.
He says Jenna and Squall, and Candace is like none of the bitches, but that Candace comes back with Marlena and Squall.
You told me the Squall.
So Dawn did say that. That's weird. In the background, Dawn says, and Marlena. So Dawn just gave the hint on this live that Jenna, Marlena, and Lips were working together. Let me go back a few seconds. See, sometimes it's worth tearing apart these 12-hour videos. And my God, I still got like 5 hours of this one left. I'm only going to do a little bit.
Says Jenna and Squall, and Candace is like none of the bitches, but
Lips, chocolate. This one. Lips, chocolate, minor? I don't want nothing going on that bitches.
Lips, Squaltit, Marlena. I don't have nothing to do with none of them bitches. That's odd. Especially when Jenna was the one sending in the tip about the missing kid while they were visiting Dr. Phil. Right? Yeah, I got questions. I've had them for quite some time.
So let me ask you real quick.
he says Jenna and Squall, and Candace is like none of the bitches, but that Candace comes back with Marlena and Squall.
You told me the Squall had me mention that she was going to put a warrant on me. How did you find that out? Did she tell you?
So why would Squall be putting a warrant out on Benny? What's the sudden fight between Benny and Squall? Does anybody know? Lady R, do you know that by chance? Like out of nowhere, Squall and Benny just get into a fight after they're all buddy, pal, pal with Dawn and Candace. Squall's coming up on his panel. He's pushing the Frank Light narrative. I don't know.
Lips, chocolate, minor? I don't want nothing going on that bitches. So let me ask you real quick. When you told me the Squall had me mention that she was going to put a warrant on me, how did you find that?
Apparently, Squall at some point is starting to put a warrant out on Benny. I don't know, Squall be trying to fuck with all of us since I'm ready, but yeah, she went that far to threaten that with Benny? Yeah, supposedly, allegedly, because fucking what I've heard of this piece upcoming was, yeah, all these motherfuckers be fucking around all the damn time. Anyway, yeah, Squall does have that setup flavor to her, always has since, well, you know, some are vanished. Certainly fucking does. And y'all remember that cycle where Squall accused I and Jenna, who I did not know, still do not fucking know, and I was unaware of till I happened to be on a panel, and I think it was Ziggy's, and Jenna was up there, and Jenna was like, yeah, apparently, according to Squall, you and I got together and rubbed dog shit on this stupid bitch's door handles or something. I was like, Steph, what? It's like, bitch, I don't even know you. Never met you, and I ain't never been nowhere near her shit. Squall is a habit. I mean,
Anyone know if there's any truth to that? Sorry, I meant to leave and go get coffee. I didn't because she said something I wanted to hear. A lot of Benny's stuff is new for me here. I was at Benny's after Penny went there. Man, I was in between all of them. I wish I could remember more. It's been so long. Okay, let me let this play. I really got to go get coffee.
very set up, and she brought Frank in with a false fucking sister. Not long in, we ought to be asked questions about it because of her. And the amount of fuckery Squall's gotten up to in around Summer's case, and the blackmail shit she's pulled, and the crap she's pulled, getting people up on property on one hand and all that, and then toting off a certain item that and those like Amy Tate's and all them up there do fuck shit for months. Man, I gotta tell you, in the 80s, then link back in with monsters, and holy shit, bro. And then some of the actual groupings of people that then pushed tips, we'll say, in real time to real people around real shit, potentially and possibly fuck with real things happening on the ground. I just, squall. And that she was running half of the goddamn Facebooks and shit to make sure that we were all identified and acquired as neighbors, witnesses, people living around it. And then everybody taking her idea for a marathon. I don't know. I'm gonna back it up a bit.
Now, did she tell you personally?
See, now this tune's sensitive.
This part right here. It's like Jenna and Squall did. Can you tell me about Squall? Tell me about Squall. I don't want nothing to do with none of them bitches. Which one? Lips, Squall did, Mariah. I don't want nothing to do with none of them bitches.
He's like, Squall, you mean Marlena, whatever. But then she's like, what? Marlena, Squall, Jenna don't want to do it, none of them bitches.
So let me ask you real quick. When you told me that Squall had made mention that she was going to put a warrant on me, how did you find that out? Did she tell you personally? Or? I overheard it. Why you heard the call? I wasn't supposed to say nothing, but I'll be damned. I'm going to sit back and let somebody go to jail or whatever. I just figured it's bullshit. So that ain't very nice, bro. Don't let nobody go to jail.
Which obviously is bullshit, because if they're a rapo, and even if they did something to one of his oldest daughters, he's like, I took it like a champ. I know exactly who did it. They took it like a champ, didn't report, and I got in prison. Hell yeah. Alright, so we know that's bullshit. Carrying on nonetheless.
Well, I mean, I haven't even talked about Squall in almost a year. Like, I don't know what she claims she thinks she's got a warrant on me for, but I don't know either. I know nothing about it. So I heard the conversation. I didn't get involved with it. I told them. You didn't get nothing. I told them, like, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to bother to use him to me.
So Trent, she need a homie that know me when all the motherfucking cops be on me. We got problems. Ain't nobody calling back.
I mean, I don't either. I mean, you guys see me, I talk about, I don't talk about that shit on the internet. Anything we talk about, I ain't putting that on the internet. It's not for that.
Now, the dates on this now are January of 23. After certain events and fuckery and all these other things that, are Jenny, Adrian, blah, 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 chasing oriented, fucker on the ground, monster, Robin, Benny, Piper, fucking fiasco shit, golden ticket, bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Looks like Squall is part of the reason Benny was scared to come here, along with other reasons. Feels the type way now.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yes, Rhetoric is the best app to complete the beginners. This was my life before I got it.
Never. You ain't never had a friend like me. Believe that. Cause you ain't never had a friend like me.
Self-advertising with the song and the title to, I guess, try to, I don't know, serenade going back to him. I don't give a shit. So many cycles that was him and Sharon going. Like, y'all are fucking gross. It's tragic, really. You tragic tragedy pimps. Anyway.
And I don't watch this now. I'll take another breath.
It gets even dumber when you realize that they're on connection background anyway. But publicly, not different. It's tells all the time. Jesus Christ, how long does he do this? Further. Jesus Christ. The things old ladies are drawn to. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay. My sincerest apologies, Tupac, for this asshole's massacre of your song and speaking it up so I don't listen to this asshole like this, but it's the best. I mean, he's a little long, but I'm doing God and Tim Mullins' dirty work.
Not only did she live there when Squall was there, here's something I want you guys to listen to that nobody's ever caught. Prayer Garden has said 1,000 million trillion times, I have FaceTimed with Candace and Dawn. They've seen Per Gordon's face. They know exactly who she is, yet they say they haven't. Jody Sue has stated several times. Remember the other night I just showed? Until Squall showed up and I found out she was someone from here, local. She seen her and knew who she was. She said it. They all know each other's faces and they get on here and say, oh, I don't know who Squall is. What's her name? I don't know who Per Gordon is. Dawn and Candace have seen Per Gordon's face. They all FaceTimed. According to Jody Sue, Candace got in touch with her, and you heard the other day the clips that Nature Lover put together, right? But according to Jody Sue, Candace made her meet with Squall and do the interview, that they met on FaceTime. They were all on the phone. On FaceTime. Jody Sue states it over and over. Candace wanted me to do that interview with Squall. Well, you know what that tells me? Y'all were buddy talking and had some sort of plan until Candace asked you to change the time of the screen. Why would Candace even feel comfortable doing that? And then you, the same night, coupled it, trying to cover up that part of the fight with the fucking truck. That same stream, Jody Sue, you were throwing a fit about the scream, but then the truck came up. You were angry about both things. There has to be a reason for that. Y'all know something, or y'all are involved in something, and y'all know something or are involved in something together, in my opinion. I'm allowed to have that opinion. I'm allowed to commentate on the things that you and your ogre boo say out loud. Okay? The toxic poop squad. Let's not forget that Andy lived in that same nasty ass fucking house with no plumbing. Y'all gross. And your house was worse than the Wells. And you sit there and you say, oh, their house is so dirty and this, that, and the other. Your shit was worse. You're the bad neighbor, Jody Sue. You and Andy. You and Andy are the bad neighbors. All the neighbors told us that. Look, hold on. Let's just remove that for a minute.
But now, he has blamed Fred.
Yes.
And Fred done put the word up to him. You say my name again, and he'll kill him.
Yeah,
Fred
'cause
shot-
he-
Oh, wait, but Fred don't know the
Yeah.
Sherfies. Remember? Him and Laura don't know the Sherfies. But Fred put his name out there and he told him, I'll kill him. Why y'all be lying? The whole fucking neighborhood. What the fuck is there to lie about?
What?
So like Ernie's
Shit, this is only 10 seconds. I might have to go look for the rest of it. Hold on. Here we go.
You all have got to leave. You have tore my grandmother-in-law all to pieces.
God bless you, sir.
She's having chest pains. This bullshit's it's done. We know what's going on. I have no doubt in my mind that they're involved in it.
God bless you.
Sorry, guys.
You all have got to leave. You have tore my grandmother-in-law all to pieces.
God bless you, sir.
She's having chest pains. This bullshit, it's done. We know what's going on. I have no doubt in my mind that they're involved in it.
God bless you.
But we're tired of it. Let the law do their thing.
Absolutely.
I'm ex-law enforcement. I know the guys that's working the case. Let them do their job. That's all I ask.
We respect
Came
that.
up here. You've been over at the cemetery where my family.
And how does Prayer Garden have all these ties to these people? Like, everybody reaches out to Laura. Laura don't talk to nobody but Ziggy and Prayer Garden. Fucking weird, right? Sharfie ends up on Prayer Garden's panel. How?
Is buried at. We're tired of it. Just get in your vehicles and leave. If not, I will call the law.
God bless you. They will.
Yeah.
And I appreciate your opinion.
All right.
Thank you. Hopefully, we get answers.
You don't get no answers, man. Absolutely not.
Do you talk to them?
No, they're not allowed on our property. We don't go on theirs.
You live right there?
My grandmother, my mother.
Yeah. So they drove around. No disrespect yesterday.
I
They're
just
just
got through putting more cameras up. So
Yeah.
if anybody's up through there, you will be prosecuted if I can pull
Yeah.
a tag on
no. They're not. They have no evil intent. Nothing like that.
It's time to leave.
They're just trying to find someone.
But it's been almost 8 months now, 9 months. They've got leads. I know Ronnie Lawson. He's got leads. Leslie Earhart from TBI. She's not going to release anything. So please, just go on. Let them do their jobs. It's turning into another Evelyn, and we don't want that. So I ask you to leave. Very nice.
Well, we're bringing some dogs. I love how they all know Ronnie Lawson. I know Ronnie Lawson. He got leads. I bet he does. How much moonshine goes out in that area? Meth? Monkeys?
Yeah, they're just gonna leave dog food there and then they're gonna leave. You don't think of kidnapping them?
No, I don't think she did.
Did anyone see Candace go back there that day, like in the holler?
None of us did.
No
She
one.
said she drove like a bat out of hell out of here on the June.
My name's Jonathan, by the way.
I'm
My name's Jonathan.
I'm
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Glad
you.
to meet
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
no ill intent.
Yeah, no ill intent.
But all it's going to do is it's going to create more problems up
He
here.
just shot something.
Oh, he ain't afraid to shoot people.
Yeah.
We've had shootings up in here. That's why I'm armed.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who's down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he comes out and starts shooting, I will shoot back.
And he ain't afraid to shoot people. People have been shot here. And if he starts shooting, I'll shoot back.
There's a
And
lot
if
of
people live right up here start shooting, I'll start shooting back.
yeah.
These people up here start shooting, I'll shoot back, pointing at Jody, Sue, and Andy's.
So
these two don't get along.
These two and these two don't get along. Why would he say that when Andy's up there buying weed? Andy, why are you up there 2 nights in a row prior to Summer going missing when you don't go up there very often? One night with Jody Sue, one night without. The first night, the night without Jody Sue, I would like to know how the fuck long were you up at the Wells property? How do you go up there to sell them weed, but you don't know Marlena? But Marlena lives up there. You know, if Candace is buying weed, so are the others that are up there. You're the weed man. They know who to call. You think people are fucking dumb? And by the way, just because Pruitt said to you, you're not a suspect, doesn't mean he wasn't lying to you. He kind of giggled and said, what makes you think that? Right?
they don't.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't blamed them yet.
Well, he has.
Oh, yes.
He's blamed everybody.
Is that Andy up there?
Who?
Andy, or is
Yeah.
that yeah?
Is the woman up?
Andy, if Marlena is Fred's cousin, okay, and Fred knows her and knows her dad, and if you know her dad, you know her. That's where you motherfuckers get caught in your fucking lies. Just like Oh, Lips might have reached out to you. Isn't that what you told me? But here's Dawn and Candace stating Lips, Jenna, and who else was working together? Who did they say? Lips, Jenna, Squall. Okay, dude. You do a lot of talking behind the scenes, is all I'm saying. Why? You're not going on their panel. That's not clearing nothing up for Summer. All this back chatter, talking behind the fucking scenes in the missing child's case, just going to chat when you're being talked about. You've had enough? No, motherfucker, I've had enough. Don't you ever come into my fucking chat and tell me you've had enough. Fuck out of here with that shit. I ain't the neighbor of a missing child, and I ain't the one out here collecting money on somebody's fucking name like you are. Asking for trailers, homes, weddings. After only knowing somebody for 2 months, you want me to fucking believe that? Fuck out of here.
Gone. He run her off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys here, have you ever, like,
The lady that used to live up here, all she do is harass everybody. She come to the property up here, harassed us. I ended up drawing my gun on her.
yeah.
So to leave. I wasn't putting
wow.
up with it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Hold on. I asked you, Andy, once, did Jody Sue harass the neighbors? Was that the type of person she was? You told me no, right? So do you want to tell me why Sharfie pulled a gun on her?
so
But now he has blamed Fred,
yes.
Yes.
and Fred done. All she do is harass everybody. She come to the property up here, harassed us. I ended up drawing my gun on her.
Yeah.
So why you lying? That was after you were gone. Everything's after you were gone. Like y'all were neighbors for years and years and years. Why would she go down there after Summer goes missing and harass them? Quit lying.
So to leave. I wasn't putting
wow.
up with it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But now he has blamed Fred,
yes.
Yes.
and Fred done put the word out to him. You say my name again, and he'll kill him.
Yeah,
Fred
'cause
shot a man right here in this room.
he's the one that I was talking to.
But Fred and Sharfie don't know each other either, right? But Fred has put the word out. Sharfie knows he's going to kill Dawn for saying his name.
When he dropped his name.
Yeah. So I mean, I know.
All right. Well, we
Yeah, we'll go on our way.
Yeah,
Thank you
we're
for
gonna-
talking.
I appreciate it.
No, we appreciate you coming out and dialogue. You know, no.
Candace had threatened some people that she was going to shoot them, blow their fucking head off.
Then I'll
You
put
know,
past her.
you wouldn't put it past.
He doesn't put him past her.
Yeah.
I mean, if everything's been going on, people's been blaming going on, it wouldn't surprise me for shoot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you heard that screaming? Yeah.
Oh, you heard screaming up there?
Yeah.
They argue all the time.
Hopefully Lawson does everything. All right, God bless. We're out.
Did you hear him? He heard the scream.
Hopefully Lawson does everything. All right, God bless. We're out of here.
Thank you. Going on, people's been blaming going on, it wouldn't surprise me for shoot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you heard that screaming? Yeah.
Oh, you heard screaming up there?
Yeah.
They argue all the time.
Hopefully Lawson does everything. All right, God bless. We're out of here. Thank you.
Maybe that was about them arguing.
I'll be back up around there in case I can.
The mailbox. It was not like that yesterday.
Yeah, here.
The mailbox. Oh, when you talking personally.
And Sharfie ends up. Sorry, guys, I haven't been looking at chat. So why was Sharfie shooting at pulling his gun on Jody? I'm just saying. Glenview, you think Sharfie's lying? Does Pergarden still have her live up with him? Her live's about Allie. I don't believe everything's leading back to Allie's house. Okay, hold on. Why can't I search her page? Okay, hold on. There we go.
Defend Beyond with Dark Trace.
Nope, not that bitch. Hold on. Another fake fight. Andy's foe. Shay. Let's see. We want videos. Let me go up and hit the filter. Why does Prayer Garden have it so you can't search her damn page? Fucking crazy. Hold on. A year ago. How long ago did she interview Sharfie? Does anybody remember? Let me come look. I have a question for you, Andy. Let's see how truthful you are. Sutherland. When I look your address up, a whole lot of Sutherlands come back to your address. Who are they? Why do they come up? And just know that I've looked them up before you try to lie. Who's the Sutherlands? Is it the one in prison that stayed at your house or his deaf son? 125 Ben Hill Road. When you look your address up on any lookup thing, that name comes back to your address. Who all lived at your house, Andy, when Summer went missing? I do appreciate for what he's replying to. But Andy, I'm sorry. I don't believe you. Your little attitude you had the other day, and just like going back and thinking of things, like you go back and you think of all the shit. Like, I don't understand your relationship with these people when you're not even going on their panels talking to them. They're barely live anymore. Jody Sue throws all these fucking accusations at them, right? And they do kind of like add up. Shit has really happened. Marlena's kid's been taken. Lips is definitely involved in some shit with fucking Post-it Note 3, right? Who's definitely involved in some shit with Squall. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You think people that ain't local to you are fucking dumb? There wasn't no Sutherland that ever lived there. All right, well, you know what? My Ben Verified ain't paid for right now, neither is Tracer or anything else. So as soon as I can get those things paid for, I'll show you my proof. Bullshit. You lived there when Squall was visiting the house. She was there before you left. July. You were there till what? August? Your PFA didn't go in until September? Yeah, I don't believe he don't know who they are either. Just like I don't believe he don't know who Marlena is. Just like I don't believe he don't know who Frank Late is when he's in my fucking chat a few weeks ago over here going, Frank, you know who Roy is. You know Roy. You don't know Frank. He already told us he fucking knew them. Then he come to my chat and said, no, I don't know them. Just like he said that I pointed out the other day, I was gone before the 15th. Oh no, I was there after the 15th. Your story changes and switches every time somebody fucking talks to you. Just saying. I don't know. There's some Sutherlands that come back to that address on every fucking platform you look at. I just don't believe you or Jody Sue. And I don't believe your friends. See, they all have been up there on the hill, Ben Hill. Y'all signing papers, taking videos. You're helping them to do that. You're helping them people to go to a neighborhood where people from your neighborhood don't want the YouTubers there. Karen Renfro don't want the YouTubers there. People on Light Holler don't want the YouTubers there. You just heard Donald Sherfy say he doesn't want the YouTubers there. You are the one bringing them there. 3 years, you have nothing to do with Summer's fucking case besides on her fighting with Jody Sue, defending yourself and begging for fucking money. And all of a sudden, after 3 years, you show up at something for Summer? Why did it take you 3 years to do that, Andy? Yeah, Jody Sue knows Frank, but he doesn't. Just like Jody told me that Andy went running to a crime on Light Holler Road. You know what, Jody? I really don't give a fuck. Take me to court. All the shit you fucking said about me. Here we go. We're really going to switch it up. No, we're not, because I want to take my ugly voice out. I laugh and fake shit with her. I'm putting out my phone call soon. The whole phone call where she talks about the crime on Light Holler Road that Andy B went running to. Yep, I think it's time. I'll be cutting that tomorrow. Hey, what evidence is it that Chicken has that she can't show? That Sage and Shay and all them got into a fight about? Shay won't put the information. What's that evidence leading back to a crime 30 years ago? Yeah, right, would be Lee v me. Would believe me. I got you. Took me a second. Listen, let me show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys where I grew up. A majority of my life. I'm going to show you how big the town is, okay? And then I'm going to tell you that I've moved out of this town 20 years ago, and I still know everybody who lives there, even the new people, right? So, hold on. Damn it, what did I do? This right here is the town I grew up in. Okay? All of this right here is McKeesport. Portview, Glassport, Liberty, and Lincoln are all considered pretty much a part of McKeesport, just a different school district. It's different. This is all country. We went to school with all country people, as you see. Okay? Now, hold on. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. this is all the bigger the community is, right? I know just about every person in this community, in this community, in this community, in this community. This is Clairton. This is all fucking bullshit projects and shit all up in here. I know people all over here. I know people all over in Elizabeth, right? Okay. So I would say this is probably about 20, 30 miles altogether of land. And I probably know 80 to 95% of the people that live in all those areas. There is no way in hell not one of you don't know each other over there in Beach Creek. Whether you told me you do or don't, that's your agenda why you do it. But it's just funny the ones you say that you don't know. Andy, it was 2 miles away from where the fuck you live with your parents, right? Your grandparents lived there. Your parents were there all the time. We hear Fred, you even admitted to your grandparents helped you take care of your children. You were there all the time. Your kids were born before 2015. Quit lying. You say I ran the streets with the young kids, with Chad, with Fred, this, that, and the other, and then you say, oh no, me and Fred didn't hang out when we were kids. But Fred, remember when we were kids? Listen, a smart lady, Crystal Spencer's mother, once told me, what happens in Beach Creek stays in Beach Creek. I've heard that reiterated several fucking times since I've been covering Summer's case. Okay? I didn't say Chad Arnold. Oh, I got a temper, buddy. I got a big temper. You're fucking right about that, and I'll tell you. However, I'm not the neighbor of a missing child. And I'm not the one getting mad because I'm asked questions about the neighbor of the missing child. And I'm not the one playing games with YouTubers in the background as a neighbor of missing child. I'm not the one bringing YouTubers to Beach Creek as a neighbor of a missing child, where neighbors of a missing child don't want YouTubers. You were mad the other night. I don't know that it's a whole big ring. You know what? Today, I tell you guys, my theory changes daily, right? I'm going to roll one and smoke with y'all. I got to find the Sharfie interview. I'm going to look for that. We're going to cover that tomorrow. To be honest with you, I probably have it downloaded. I just got to look. I don't want to go through all my shit because I have shit that I don't want people to see that I have. And just like that phone call, like I squeal in there and shit and make a fucking ass out of myself. That's what I want to take out of that phone call. Other than that, you guys are going to hear it all. I'm done playing games with Jody Sue. It wasn't on your parents' behalf, Andy B. I told you it was going to be about Ziggy, not your parents. And I said it over and over and over again. You didn't want to hear it, even when I tried to change the subject and move on. It showed your temper. Also, you're a felon. However, you have illegal guns in the background of your home and pictures of your children and Jody Sue. Jody Sue has shown them, right? So you ain't no better than no fucking buddy else. You break the laws just like everybody else. Don't get on here and act like you're some fucking innocent fucking person. Jody's been stating your parents push guns into the house, right? Pew pews. You beat her. You're capable to go. You have made threats to go commit mass pew pews. Revenge is like a Swedish joy next to getting. Picture paragraph unloaded. Wise words being quoted. Thanks, Heather. I'm rolling one. That's what all the banging is. I gotta make a pot of coffee, guys. Like, my pot's gone. I couldn't get coffee last time I went in the kitchen because I have to make a pot, and I wanted to get back here because chicken was mentioned, and yeah. How does she just come to YouTube with Jody Sue's sister and Andy Bernard and CSI and Squall? That's who came here together. I've lived in this house for over 50 years. Only know 2 of my neighbors. Yeah, well, Moonshine Girl, Andy was the weed dealer in the neighborhood. Everybody knows Andy. I know every weed dealer in my neighborhood. That's what I'm saying. For Andy to sit here and say he doesn't know people, even when Chicken came out here, Chicken was like, yeah, he dabbles in drugs and pills, Jody Sue's cancer medicine. Right. Prayers are needed for summer. Answers are needed for summer. Not a new fucking trailer home for yourself or a new car after your parents just sold land for you to have money from. Why are you crowdfunding for a wedding 2 months after you claimed you meet this girl and a home? When you sold land so you can get a home. Ryan stated it. It's on his channel, the YouTuber you continuously bring up, the Ben Hill. You sold to Dawn. You sold your land to Dawn. Is that what you're saying? Oh, weed. You sold weed to Dawn. Andy, come on. Chicken even outed you. Chicken even said, yeah, they dabbled in drugs. Everybody in the area knew. Yep. JSB and Andy take cars driving across the United States. The car switch ups is crazy. And even in one of Jody Sue's texts she showed, oh, I got to find that. I forgot about that. She accidentally left in, and I have the screenshot somewhere, that they were switching cars that day with somebody on the 14th or 15th. Oh, yeah. It's in the text messages between Andy and Jody Sue. You went to D.C. to get your weed when you live in Tennessee. All the land, all the growers. Listen, buddy, I buy my weed from Tennessee sometimes right here in Pittsburgh. There's no way you were going to D.C. to get weed. And if you were, it wasn't a little amount, especially when you said you grew weed and that's how you sold it. That's what you told me. You grew it. Couple plants at a time. You saved it. You had to rip your plants up. Why do you have to go to fucking DC to get your weed if you're growing weed? I mean, that's trafficking. If you're going to DC to get your weed, that's drug trafficking, buddy. $2016, y'all went to DC. The pictures are there. Yes, Holler. So, I don't know. I was just going to go show you guys something. Hold on. I forget what I was going to do. Let's take all this crap off. What was I just talking about? Because there was something I wanted to show y'all. 'You sat in a car with Jody Sue while she was fighting with people about your land all on the internet. You didn't have no qualms. You didn't tell her to quit. You didn't disagree with her. Fighting with the neighborhood? Let's see. What do I got going on here? I forget what I was going to show you all. Oh, I did this today. I started to anyway. Something else I was working on. This might be worth watching a little bit of. I'm going to switch the subject up a little bit. I find Dawn's YouTube, family YouTube, interesting. I'm going to mute, fire up my joint, and smoke it. Hold on, wait. Let me take the first puff with you guys.
I just wanted to thank everyone for helping to find my daughter.
I need a taller chair, guys. I don't reach my camera. Remember when you were kids and Grandma would put a phone book under your ass? I might have to get me a phone book. Here. Yep. Take a hit. Puff, puff, pass. Yeah, Andy, they sell it here in my dispensary. Jesus.
We love and miss her with all our hearts. Nothing will ever be the same without her. We're so very thankful for your love, prayers, and all that you all do. Just thinking about you all coming together for my daughter brings tears to my eyes. I pray we can save her. Love and prayers to all. Thank you. We just wanted to take a minute to thank everyone that's helping us to try and find our daughter. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thanks for the prayers and the love. Love overcomes a lot of evil and hate.
What I meant to say was my weed from the dispensary, the one flavor I like, it's a Tanger orange or something. It's an orange and Tangeray type flavor. It comes from Tennessee. It's sold in a dispensary. On the back of every, let me show you. I didn't drive to Tennessee to get my weed. I've only driven through Tennessee once. Oh no, this is strawberry guava. Hold on. See, this one was manufactured in Pennsylvania. Oh, hold on, I don't have my camera on. It tells you on the back of your containers and shit. Where your shit was manufactured. Right there. You can't see it. This one was in Pennsylvania. The one flavor I get, I smoke, you smoke, move on, please. Whatever. I was doing that. My thoughts don't change. However, yeah, my dispensary weed, some of it comes from Tennessee.
So thank you. It's so important.
So there's no need for you to go. You have really good weed weather growing. Weather for the weed. You don't need to go to Washington, D.C. to get your weed.
Thank you. God bless y'all. The billboards and everything that y'all put up for us, well, not for us, but for our daughter's sake. Thank you. God bless y'all. We hope and pray to God we can find our daughter. We can't thank you enough. There's nothing we can do to thank y'all enough, but just to thank you and praise our Lord and Savior.
No, it's not legal yet, Heather. Medically. I have a medical card. Do you guys have medical down in Tennessee? Yeah, and weed does not sedate. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Damn, thank you, Lady Ori. You just reminded me. We ain't gonna watch this. Hold on. I remember now. Not these. Oh. First interview was on Squalls, right, Lady R? Chicken's first interview. Oh. That's Jody Sue's first interview with Squall. Friday night chatting with friends. Hypocrite much. That was me. CCT is wrong again. Jeez, where is it?
Oh my goodness.
Well, okay, did you see Crystal's Crime Time?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
She is a bad girl. She didn't ask to do that. I don't know if you have to, but like it should be
Oh my goodness.
okay?
Wow. Oh, Squall.
Are you okay?
What? She's okay. She's okay. I'm just okay. my spider web's getting bigger and bigger. It is.
Damn it, guys. I'm going to have to look for it. I'm trying to find the first interview with Chicken. I got my folders all fucked up and I'm giving you all my all my secrets. It's okay. Some of them. Oh. I have folders inside of folders inside of folders inside of folders. Oh, Andy, you're in here. Okay, we could change the subject quickly. Why was you fighting with EquiSearch? Why was you angry with EquiSearch? Jody says you were fighting with them many, many times. She said it was the day you had your dream, actually. You woke up, you scared your daughter saying you had a bad dream, and then you went and you fought with Texas EquiSearch. She didn't understand it. She was trying to silence your voice by using who? Texas EquiSearch? Oh, you want to listen to that lady, or we listened to it a few times? I can play it. Hold on. It bothers me when I don't edit my videos. That's why I be taking breaks and shit. I need time. I'm a perfectionist that ain't that great. But I'm getting there. I'm learning. Still.
Bill, okay, did you see Crystal's Crime Time?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
She is a bad girl. She didn't ask to do that. I don't know if you have to, but like, it should be.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, Squall.
Are you okay?
What?
She's okay. She's okay.
I'm
She's
just
okay.
my spider web's getting bigger and bigger.
It is. You're gonna have a cocoon. You're gonna come out a butterfly.
Interesting. Okay.
But go ahead. I'm gonna let.
Somebody gave her a very nice comment and donation.
Yes.
It was just really nice.
Okay.
Go ahead. I didn't mean
Are you watching the stream, Chicken?
Not so much.
Okay.
But go ahead and let us fill us in on the text messages, because you're the kind of middle person here, with that's what I'll call you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Basically she just she had no idea. And then okay, Crystal's Crime Time. She messaged her, was like, hey, this happened, she what you saw in the video. And she's like, what the hell? Who is this crazy person? Because she don't even know, because she's blocked on JS's channel. Probably all the family members are, people that's close to them or whatever. So yeah, she's just she's shocked and mad, and everything we all would be in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
She's not asking anybody for any money. She's not wanting to be YouTube famous. She's just trying to live her life, and she just happens to be a crazy sister.
Yeah, it's not fair how people get drawn into this.
Well, is that legal for them to take screenshots or shots of a text conversation, or not really a text but a messenger conversation, and show that? Is that legal?
I believe so.
All this is new to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not ethical, maybe, but I don't know if it's illegal.
I mean, okay, so don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't want people to see Jody Sue for who she is. I do. I totally do. But there's other people in the world that don't even know that, all this is going on.
Right. That's exactly right. And then they're getting pulled into it and blindsided, really, because could you imagine getting pulled into this? Is like a group of hyenas, because it's so emotional because of the topic.
I told her that there were, a lot of parasites,
All right. And I'm going to help out a little bit here. From my understanding, Amy responded to Crystal saying that she could not see the video, that she was blocked and everything. She was trying to handle it in a way to where she could get out from having to discuss it, because she didn't want to discuss it, I guess.
Okay.
And
okay, I didn't catch that, sorry. But anyway.
Yeah. And then, because she didn't want to be drug into it.
All right, you wasn't close either. She was in the same grade as JSB, sis, not you. But didn't you tell me just a couple lives ago that you went to school with JSB's sister and Luke and Eric and Kevin? I'm pretty sure that's what you said. See what I mean?
Well, I mean, I get it.
And I understand that entirely. And I'm just, begging people, don't
do this to her. Yes, if there's one wonderful thing that people on the YouTube and interwebs could do, would be don't drag her. I mean, don't even like. I wouldn't even engage in conversation. Like because it's just I don't know.
Right.
She didn't ask for this.
If and when she wants to speak publicly, that she knows who she.
Lady R, do you remember when they did like the 24-hour thing against Jody Sue right after I called them out for getting ready to do the 24-hour thing against Jody Sue that they said they weren't going to do, but they did? Do you remember when Chicken was in the chat and she was running back and forth and grabbing shit for everyone? Like Gavel, Chroma, Lean On was in there, Dazed, CSI, who knew Squall prior to Summer. I mean, she was already close enough by the time she put her lawsuit against me and Jody Sue to all of these creators. Andy, hi Ellie. You still haven't had CSI put them calls out. Actually, everything. Tell her to put it all the fuck back out. It's yours. It's your voice. Quit coming to YouTube and helping these people hide shit. That's why you're in my chat. And when I go like this, hold on. It's so that if you ever delete your comment, it's on my screen and you can't. Yeah, that would be a huge help for the whole Summer Wells community, honestly. I'm gonna let this play.
She can reach out to. She knows where, she knows that, she's got the choice of doing like Mayor Suspect, and she can make her own platform and speak from that. Or she can, reach out to anybody on her own accord,
I'm so thankful that, there and, because these things that it's so ridiculous. Like Squall's known these things for a while, but she didn't tell nobody.
Right.
Because there's no reason to tell anybody.
Right.
It's just
since August.
Something, but
August, September. Reach out to anybody on her own accord,
I'm so thankful that, you could be there and, because these things that it's so ridiculous. Like Squall's known these things for a while, but she didn't tell nobody.
Right.
Because there's no reason to tell anybody.
Right.
It's just
since August.
Something, but
August, September.
Because she.
So Squall chimes in with dates. August, September. Squall's known for a while. So when was this interview? Because there you go, Holler. No, Andy, because they don't have Summer. You see, all they have is a circumstantial case, and you, just like Jody, came to YouTube and fucked up any testimony that you ever had to help Summer. Any neighbor that came to YouTube muddied the waters. And that's why Summer isn't found. Now, damn it, I want to know why you all did it. As soon as a body's found, Andy, arrests are coming.
That
I
time.
had no idea because, like I'm saying, it's like, does this lady think? I mean, I used to watch Crystal's Crime Time, but I'm thinking, does she think, like that she's the first person out there in YouTube land, or at home locally who's like, hey, is your sister off her med?
Who just happened to find a local from Kingsport where they didn't live, who was already, by the way, and I have proof of it, in Squall's groups. Oh, I have the screenshots. Ask Jody. She has them too. You never should have came to YouTube, Andy. Trust me, I was the main person studying the fuck out of Jody Sue when Summer went missing. I wanted to talk to you so fucking desperately, but do you know why I didn't call your job and call around and look for you and message you? Because Jody Sue done already did enough fucking damage. Here's the problem. You were talking to CSI for months prior to coming public. Andy, you can't tell me how all this shit, you can't tell me that you can't see how people would think you guys are suspicious of something. Yeah. And Fred's suspicious too. The fact that you all come out here and lie and we don't know each other, maybe you all didn't know what YouTube was. I have a hard time believing Jody Sue didn't, because of conversations with somebody named Josh Burr. We'll go that far. We won't give a real name. Those conversations that she had, and my God, I got to find the fucking screenshots. I think they were in my Dropbox. I may have thrown them away. I can't find them. If I ever come across them again, I'm going to show you guys. But this bitch was in the true crime, yo. Like, you can't tell me no different. She was on there talking like they had an obsession with a serial offer. Her and this dude. And it's one she refers to me a lot. Andy says he don't know this girl. I've been told that this girl's Frank Late's daughter. I can't prove it. I can't find anything, not even in the obituary is her name. So I don't know why I was told that. The mother of this person, possibly. I already asked you. Bar and something you eat on Christmas. You told me you don't know him. Are A, B, and J, S both protecting a certain person? If so, who could that person be? I don't think it's their kids. In my opinion, I think it's a possibility it could be Jody Sue's mother or sister or whoever was driving that red truck that day. Hashtag Fred said. And these are just theories, guys. Make sure you understand that. Nothing I say is truth. It's just things I've thought. Right? I'll tell you what. There's somebody within that family that is president of Toyota. I'm not going to tell you where. Everybody knows if you've looked them up, right? The mom has a Toyota. There's also another suspect, and Ellie might get mad at me for saying it. 2. I don't want to intentionally hurt anybody, but when names come up, you have to talk about them to figure it out. There were 2 other people on Ben Hill that day, although they were said to leave before Candace got there. Fred and Ellie's other sister and niece. Why would Jody Sue refuse to say who the blue van was? Jody Sue woke up at 2:30 because she heard a noise. She texted Andy, I heard a noise. She was pissed off Andy was running late. She chops her damn messages to hell. They were probably fighting. There were visitors that day. Grandis says there was a blue van in a neighbor's driveway. I don't know. I hear things and I think. I don't know, Cotton. I don't think Damien had his license at that time. I remember Jody Sue celebrating him getting his license. In my opinion, they know who did it. I think Summer, I don't know. If she was hit by a car, there would be evidence. However, in Athena's case, there was no evidence, no blood evidence. That little girl was picked up, put in a truck, carried off elsewhere because she was hurt and the driver didn't want people to know he hurt her to lose his job. Yeah, Holler, you're right. Yes, cursed. She is. POC. Yeah, I don't need a license in the Holler. I mean, nobody else fucking had one. They was all driving. Did Fred have a license? A valid license? Sorry, guys, I'm drinking my water. I gotta look at this. My husband got me this cup on Temu. I love it. He's addicted to fucking Temu, okay? I love elephants. They're my favorite animal. So he buys me all kinds of elephant stuff. This thing holds my roaches. This is a bowl. See, it's a ceramic bowl. I have statues everywhere. But he got me this cup and the ice stays, like, I don't even put the fucking lid on it because I hate straws. I think they get dirty. I can't clean them right. I don't want the germs and bacteria inside of them, right? So I just drink it out of the fucking cup and I don't put the lid on. And my ice, I swear to God, stays freaking in here all night long. If I fall asleep, I wake up and I still have like a quarter cup of ice. Look, I'm doing a commercial and I don't even mean to. I ain't sponsored. Sometimes Temu's worth it, I guess. Look at his record, driving charges over the years. Yeah, I'm betting he didn't Fred told Z the darker skinned younger girl was true. No. Mm-mm. True wasn't there that day. Hunter wasn't there that day. I believe Candace dropped Hunter off. What makes me curious about Hunter is the fact that they kept his cell phone. However, that could just be for a timeline of Candace. Or did Candace use his phone to text somebody? Hunter talks, but Hunter's a smart boy. He doesn't talk. He doesn't give details. Like that last interview he did with Andrew. My attorney's on the phone. Nope. I don't believe Hunter has incriminated himself enough that he wouldn't be able to testify. I hope and pray that Hunter continues to stay the fuck off the internet. And I hope and pray, Andrew, if you're listening, that you keep your son the fuck off the internet. Okay? And don't use terms like my son said. Summer needs a hero and her story when her time comes. I don't think Hunter's responsible. That's just my opinion. What day did they search her property? That night or the next day? No, he don't look like Andrew, in my opinion, either. I agree. I have that same opinion, but Andrew said they had blood tests, didn't he? Here's the thing, Allison's family looks a lot alike. I think he looks like Sherry. Ellie at Kirst. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't want to say her name. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to say her name. And I don't know how you feel about the way I feel, but I just look at everybody who was in there that day that could have possibly seen something or known something. I'm also taking issue with the fact that Ellie's in chat and she talks. I love that. She's open. She tells you how you feel, how she feels, okay? The other sister has never came to Fred's thing, but now Ziggy's referring to her as the nice sister. Fred's staying with her. Like, I get it, that's your sibling, you want to be there for them. I totally 100% understand that. At least we've been told Fred's staying there. I've also been told that Fred's staying elsewhere. So I don't know. I've been told he's staying right by Jody Sue, by Andy B. and Messenger. Andy. And you know I'm an open book here. If you tell me I'm going to say it, I've always said that. Andy sent me the picture of the van, the blue van that Fred's been seeing, and according to Jody Sue, but the van's gold. So why is Jody Sue lying about the color of the van? And then she's posting pictures of somebody doing donuts. Come on, man. We are 3 years out in Summer's case, and y'all were still playing games. You're still pulling antics to have it come here on YouTube to keep people talking about that. Why? And why not Summer? Andy, have you ever shared a picture of Summer's face? Are you mad at me, Ellie? I'd like to know because I do like you and I believe you. That's honest. However, right now I'm not really feeling Andy, Jody, Sue, and Fred. I don't understand the fighting when y'all were family. Like, come together for kids missing. Communities are supposed to come together. Okay. All right. Well, if you're not, you're not, dude. But then you need to be more active with Summer and quit doing the fucking weird gavel geeks and fucking Adrian shit and flipping out if somebody makes a joke. Quit showing the anger Jody says you have because Jody has made some strong ass accusations against you, Andy. And although she says, no, you couldn't do that to Summer, she says that you have in the past. Before another child ends up DOA. Right? Before another child is hurt. Those are the words she uses. I know, but I'm saying some shit tonight, Andy, because I feel like I got to come out here and say my true feelings. I've been holding them in for a while now. Ryan just went all kinds of fucking weird on me. Like, what the fuck did I ever do to that dude? He fights with Ziggy. You're taking people into that hall. Like, I'm sticking up for people where you come from. I wouldn't want that shit in my neighborhood. And it muddies the waters. If Summer's ever found and she's somewhere close and somebody just missed her because she's under a rock somewhere, under a tiny cave somebody missed, and y'all was trampling all around there and touching it and leaving evidence, you got Brandon walking through the woods with JLR, like, come on, man, common motherfucking sense tells you you don't do that. I ain't trying to make you look sus, dude. She did that. I don't know you from a can of paint. I don't know nobody on here from a can of paint except for my husband. I can only give my opinions. I'm not a cop. I just try to look at everything, every turn, every twist, every bend. And it isn't even that the locals came out and spoke, it's that the locals came out and lied. And that includes you. You could come out and speak and give information about Summer and tell the truth. Like, yeah, that's my cousin. I knew her in high school, but we don't talk all like that. I don't know. She hung out with Jody Sue's sister, but, you know, like, what's the big harm in saying shit like that? Y'all are coming out here and secret names and shit. That makes you look sus, Andy. You do it to yourself as well, in my opinion. You know why I believe what Ellie tells me? Because I ask Ellie a question and she gives a straight up answer at the moment. For instance, yesterday, Fred said there was a fence that was ripped out by Andrew Morgan, right? Andy Paul or whatever. Ellie straight up said, I never once heard of that. Here's you. I don't know that. I don't know my cousin who came here with Jody Sue's sister. And yeah, I don't know them people. We all went to high school together. Right. I appreciate the way Ellie's straightforward when I ask her something. And I get little white lies to protect yourself and your family. Like, I understand, like, yeah, I grew pot, I hid the plants. I understand not saying, oh, yeah, I grew weed. You know what I mean? But what I don't understand is I don't know the girl who's my cousin who has been on Light Hauler Road, is recording my whole ass family. I'm sharing messages with her of my son. I'm showing her papers to send to a handwriting specialist. That, Andy, makes you look sus. She's stating on Sage's panel that she has evidence of a crime from years ago, or on Shay's sharing it. She's pissed. She don't have evidence. Who do we believe? Andy? Tell me how all of that doesn't muddy the waters from locals in Summer's case. What it is you, Jody Sue, Chicken on a Stick, Squall. The creators that have gone there, recorded things, kept it secret, and even met with them because they're not police. Tim Mullins. The shit he does, I'm not against the PIs. They're PIs. That's what they do. However, I feel like the PIs, I hope the PIs are PIing. I hope that that's what they're doing. Because they did this out of the bottom of their hearts, and I hope that they're not involved in some way with Tim Mullen. However, we heard Benny say he was. There. That's what I'm saying. Coming out and lying when it's completely like you see that it's a lie. It's just a problem. You want to come over and clear things up, fine. But don't play games, man. Just answer fucking straight up. Whether it's a good answer or not a good answer, just say yeah. If it's about Summer for you, show that. Quit playing games with fucking Gavel and Adrian and chasing. Because they doing the same shit over there now in Sebastian's case. You can't see it? Duchess is in some shit right now? I don't fucking know. I don't follow it. Hold on, I got a cough. This was not where my fucking live was supposed to go tonight, but I was really pissed off, Andy, after the way I left my chat the other day. I was upset. Like, it's been hard for me to even get on YouTube for the last 2 days. I didn't know how I was going to approach the situation. I'm a blunt person. It's hard for me to hold my feelings in. I do a lot of times, and I want to believe you, but it's hard to believe you when all this background and weird, strange fucking shit goes on. Shay? Chicken working with Shay? Like, yeah, same shit, different kid. Right, Holler? Just crazy. And like, Jody Sue roaming in the middle of the night. There's fucking pictures of her like she's a ghost going up the driveway. Like, that shit is weird. Fred saying shit like there's a pile of wood there and it disappeared day after day after day. They've been fighting over that fucking tree for years. Fred's pissed off. That's why the wood came up. Dawn knew it. It was a fucking threat to Fred, in my opinion. You know what? Something tells me Dawn and Candace know exactly what happened to their daughter and are scared to talk. That's a possibility. This kid's missing and all the games around her is insane. And I can't seem to leave this case. Other people are leaving this case and I'm back here every day. And I'm studying what I have. I'm no longer looking at people's Facebooks and shit because I already feel the way I feel. Like, it hasn't changed in 3 years. Why would it change today? Yes, being silent about things people speak about is the same as a lie. But saying that you don't know people you know is also a lie. Talking to people like Lips, who's been working with Jenna. Like, don't you all see I point out who talks to who did this, who did that? I don't even know what Jenna did, to be 100% honest with you. Besides the fact that she called Tim Mullen about a missing child while they were in LA, not the police. The tip didn't come from the police. Why would Candace be mad about Jenna? Did she not know it was Jenna? Why would they keep that a secret? Who told Candace that? Why was even going to Dr. Phil's a fucking game? Why is Tim following him everywhere? Who's protecting someone? Like, those are the thoughts that go through my mind, because this is not normal human fucking behavior. Not in my opinion. It's not any kind of life I would live if my neighbor's kid was missing. And my God, if one of my children were missing, one of my grandchildren, if something were to happen here, I would pray to God that my neighbors would help me in every way possible that they could to find my child without playing games. How do you expect people not to speculate when you locals did this shit? Not me, who don't know not one fucking one of you. I couldn't come out here and tell half truth businesses. Right? I'm not paying attention to chat. Let me look a little bit. Isn't it kind of odd there was no communication per text of JS telling you Summer was missing as per text? Right. That's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, there's no text like, Andy, hurry up, Summer's missing. I agree with that. And why don't people ask Candace? I brought it up in my community post. Shit, I wanted to go over that tonight. I'm not going to do it now. The door in the back. That's another fucking weird thing to me, dude. Like, y'all random haulers. Fred, Andy, they know every in and out of them woods. That Brandon proved it, walking with JLR. They know every inch. Everybody knows how to get up to the Wells house. The Wells family only bought that property in the 90s. Andy was born in the 70s. Okay. 12-year-old Andy. Dawn wasn't there. 12-year-old Fred. Dawn wasn't there. They know every path. All over that property. That property belonged to the Morlocks. And even though they'll say they don't know the Morlocks, well, their family tree tells a different fucking story, right? And Jody Sue and all her realty shit, that tells a different story too. I don't know. Y'all could call me crazy if you want, but truth. That's what I'm giving you tonight. I've had enough of the fucking games. For real. Oh, he paid her phone bill. Get the fuck out of here. That bitch had nails every week. When people started suspecting her, she started letting them grow and get real ugly, but they were never ugly prior. He was traveling to Washington, D.C., holler, to get weed. He wasn't that broke. The only way you do that is if you're going to get pounds, right? In my opinion. They weren't broke. They lived broke. They all made it look that way. Fred ain't broke neither. Wasn't. He may be now. Fire on the side of the mountain. How much you want to bet that fucking trailer blew up from some cooking? Did anybody ever go look? Oh, you took notes. Lady R, did you ever go look? What was the date of the fire on the hill? Was that you that I asked? Did I ask you to take notes on that? '81. You're my sister. You're the same age as my sister. We're 4 years different. How old is Jody Sue? 39. Right? Oh. Listen, yo, they hustled illegal ways. Strip clubs selling weed. I'm just saying that right there tells you how they lived before this. And I hope that the both of you had nothing to do with Summer, even though y'all make it really fucking weird, right? I hope that neither of you had anything to do with Summer and that you learn and you grow from it. I hate the way you and Jody Sue down each other in front of your children. Did you see her in the truck with your daughter the other day that I showed? In my opinion, and it's my opinion, that's not even decent parenting. The PFAs, the fighting, the beating each other, the hitting each other, that, man, your parents fighting. Do you know, everybody says they know religious, and I'm not a real religious person, but the one thing I learned is as a family, you're supposed to protect your significant other above all, including your parents. That's in the Bible, guys. Don't ask me where, I just remember it. Yeah, that's a long time ago. 2016, you're traveling to, I mean, even after your arrest and shit, like you're traveling to Washington 2018. I have pictures. I think it was 2018. I have the dates. I don't want to just go showing all my screenshots and shit. September. Hey, it's been a while. How you doing? Why do you think I tried to leave? You asked that too about the fire? Who's cooking in the hills? Oh, arrest date. I need to know, when was the arrest date for Fred? The exact arrest date. Before the fire. Did we look at that the other day? He did? Where? Because I missed that. Was it on JLR? Maybe I didn't pay attention to that. What did he say, Cursed? Oh, Glenn. What the hell is that? Oh. I got it. Yeah, that's the name. And another thing, like Kathy Gordon over there in Ziggy's chat, friends with fucking Ziggy. They're all going to Andy's property the same day as Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all in the same vicinity on the same day. That can't be fucking coincidence, yo. And she's related to the Simpsons and hasn't been telling nobody in Ziggy's chat forever, acting like she don't know nobody from over there. Her kid's a fucking Simpson. Like, you can't make this shit up. They're stopping up on Simpson, whatever the hell, the fire, wherever the hell they were up, Mountain Drive, whatever, in front of someone's house, letting people out the car like, hey, buddy, yeah, let's do this right in front of YouTube. They're dumb as fuck. No, Holler. No. Since summer, there was a fire. I'm not talking about at the tow yard. There was a fire in a trailer that Fred and Laura lived in after Summer had gone missing. They had to move out of it. That's why their address changed from 167 to 165. Yeah, it was a whole nother fire. It was in the trailer Fred and Laura lived in. Then you got that fight down there after Summer went missing where Fred's threatening to do the awful sin. Did they? I don't know. I didn't watch Cam and Allie too much because I was disappointed in them. I thought they were something they weren't, in my opinion, either. And I feel like they're where they're at because of Summer Wells' case. That's just my opinion. I pray good for them, and I hope they are. It looks like they're getting their shit together. And I hope when they do, they will just come out and speak about everything. Yeah. There was no fire in the camper that they lived in at 207. No, it was, Laura said it was up on the hill, the trailer they lived in on the hill in the back, not your parents' property. She said their trailer, but it wasn't their trailer, it was new supplies they got. In a something they were building to live in. David Bay's trailer burned. Well, why would Laura say that it was theirs? Her, Fred, and Ziggy all said it. Which show of yours did you play a call about or from Fred yelling or something? Oh my God. It's, you know what? Go to J for Justice. I just searched forever for that for Cursed. I couldn't find the live that I played it in because I don't label my lives what I'm playing all the time. Maybe I should start doing that so I can find them because I couldn't find it. But J is for Justice has it. Just put 911 call Ben Hill Road or something. I shared it. I shared the link the other day in one of my more recent chats. You could be mixing up the building David's wife started. It was a puke pile, I think she meant to say, of lumber that burnt. Well, Laura said that it set a whole trailer and a whole hillside on fire or something. How bad was the fire from it? And how close was it to their trailer? Like, burned a crop? Yep, that was stated. The horse stables was burnt right before Summer's last anniversary. Yay, September. King size beds. That's what I have. I couldn't live without it. My dog would kill me. Pile. I said I thought she meant to say pile. Yeah, David's property is right next door. Andy, Tic Tac, that's a good question. Tic Tac wants to know, did you burn your field of wacky plants? Not right at the camper. Laura said it was supplies to build their home, that they were in the process of building their home, and their home was caught on fire, and it set the whole hillside on ablaze, is what she said. You're welcome, honey. What happens in the holler stays in the holler. I found quite a few crimes that haven't made the news in that area holler since Summer's gone missing. I'm just saying her name. Jen Satterfield was my female raven. She was Karen's friend. She lived on Light Holler. She had an argument with me in my chat one time. That's how I knew who she was. Not in my chat. In my comment section when I started covering David Bays. She was into witchcraft. However, it was good witchcraft, and she seemed to have a nice spirit. From videos I seen of her, she defended her friend, tooth and nail. When I questioned him here on YouTube, I believe she's the reason David and I started talking. When I reached out to Karen, because I noticed Karen was creeping on my page and shit, you know, leaving comments in my comment section, thumbs ups. So my first conversation, I believe, with Karen was, hey, you don't have to creep. If you have a question, you can ask. I don't bite. One of the first things we spoke about, I asked her, who's Raven? Because Raven was obsessed with her. It was a whole lot of posting about Karen on her Facebook. That's why I started looking into Karen. That's where I noticed that Karen had her YouTube and was in Benny's chats. Listen, I'm going to tell you what. I think that girl knew something. I don't know what. I'm wrong about a lot of shit. Guys, don't take my word for it, but that was a crime that was covered up. Blunt force trauma to the head. She was found by her horse stables, I believe. Yeah. That shit worries me. I felt like somebody did something to her because I mentioned her and I showed her when Sage brought her up, because she passed away very soon after that. That's why I disappeared for a while. No, I'm wrong. Karen, help me. That girl really went to bat for David Brett. And when I spoke to Johnny, Summer's spirit came out. Hearing her friend talk about her. And to let David just let him talk so freely. Out of the mouth of babes. Me and the boys used to walk in the woods together. We'd take Summer with us, but Summer was never not with the boys. Yeah, Tessie. So many. She helped look for Summer at Rock House, died in Elizabethton. Oh my God. Okay. It's the female raven. I don't want to keep saying her name. I said it because I think of her. And I think of her often. That's even worse. Yeah. Holler. It's my female raven. Just go back a few moments. It's my opinion, and I'm speculating, that the police in Hawkins County cover up a lot of shit. It's tiring, and it's sad. And I just want Summer found, no matter what shape she's in. Her neighborhood deserves answers for her. The good people that live there, that want this shit to end, and want Andy to quit bringing people to Beach Creek. Creators, quit going there. You're tampering with evidence every time you walk through that area. Summer could have just simply walked away. That's another reason I asked about the door. Does it automatically shut? Could she have been locked out? The door had to have been opened in order for her to have gone. Holler said in one of my comments earlier that she thought that they kept the door locked all the time. Chris McDonough said that he thought that it was habit. So Summer would have to unlock the door to leave it. She was 5 years old and she knew better. Dawn told her. He stated it. I scared her away of bears and snakes. In my opinion, somebody had to, if she was abducted, gone into that basement or lured her out of that basement. Candace would have seen a bear. She would have heard it rustling around. She would have heard Summer scream at seeing it or feeling a bite from it. Jody Sue heard a scream, but Summer didn't, and they want us to believe it was a bear? The bear unlocked the door and just came in and snatched Summer up? I mean, come on, man. That's just my opinion. I understand Summer can open that door, Lady R. I absolutely understand she can open that door, but she was scared to open that door, in my opinion. Dawn scared her away of snakes and bears. She wouldn't go from that property. I hear more people say Summer didn't run around by herself than I hear she did. However, I do hear people say she ran around with the boys, including David Britt's little boy, including Laura and Fred. They seen her on the back of a bike all the time. No helmets, no nothing. It's okay to not agree, Cursed. I just don't see if Candace is sitting out at the trailer, fixing her mother's knee brace. She's out there the whole 4 or 5 minutes, and we're going by Candace's story, okay? Not by any speculation or what you believed happened. We're going by what she said she told TBI here on YouTube. She was fixing her mother's knee brace. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. I just had it up. Let me find it. You know what? I'll just delete that. I have it in there. Give me a minute. It would be this whole video. I want to go over a video with you guys quickly before I get off of here. Oh, it had to have been. No. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm looking for something. You know what? Screw this. Here's what we'll do. I was going to do this another night because I had a whole bunch of clips put together.
Remember the magic. Join us for a heartwarming journey back to your favorite holiday classic.
I'm going to take the sound. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. Hold on. Okay. So this was a video that Dawn did. He was sitting at Grandma Candy's trailer, and he was showing you how you could see from that area. However, not only what you could see, maybe Dawn didn't realize he was doing it, but you could see what he can hear. Now, they did several of these on the Dawn Wells family YouTube page. Tim Mullen and him did a couple searches together, and that's what I wanted to put together and compile. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not even going to, I am. It's only 3 minutes long. I'm going to let you guys sit back and listen. And I got to go back and say what I've said I'm going to play tomorrow. I got to figure something out. Maybe I'll continue with this. Maybe I won't. But at one point, we're going to get to this. The whole land thing again. I just want to sit back and listen and just let you guys soak in the whole video first. Man, I can't get on here and not give some kind of commentary. The basement door is right around here, right? Do you see, let me go to this tab. See this white thing right here? See this telephone pole? Between those is the dog trail. How could she not see Summer go down a dog trail if that's where her scent went? You can see it clear. From this image where Dawn's trying to show you, you can't see it. Keep watching. Traffic. You can hear traffic clear as day up there. If Jody Sue heard a scream, Candace heard it. If Jody Sue heard a scream, Candace heard it. The first place the boys went to look for Summer was down by the shed. The traffic is coming from Beach Creek. And you can see the swing from here too. Keep watching, guys. Candace would have been standing. Mom was sitting, getting her knee brace fixed. To see down the Ben Hill Road, but not to see the dog trail. He's trying everything he can to make it look like you can't see the dog trail from there. However, here's something else I want to state. EquiSearch states the dogs hit at the bottom of the driveway, not on the dog trail. Okay? And I get it. In order to get down to the bottom of the driveway, there is a route they can take. Remember when Allie was hiding behind the bushes taking video cam? That's the route they would have taken. It wouldn't have hit the dog trail. It would have hit over by the bus, down through the woods, onto the driveway. Why didn't the dogs hit that direction? Or did they? Did they go from the dog trail to the driveway? To Fred's? To hit down behind the truck? Do you guys understand why now I say it couldn't have been a bear? If you can hear the traffic from that area and Candace is sitting outside, you would have heard a bear grab your daughter. You would have heard her scream. How do you not hear her, but Jody Sue does? All I'm saying, you would have seen it or heard it. I only had to show you 1 minute and 53 seconds of that to show you that. You could see, look where he's at right now. You could see the tree where the swing was. The only blind spot is the other corner of the house on the bottom. Right. Not a stranger. Somebody that knows the area. Like I said, them people been there their whole lives. They know everywhere. The Morlocks, their family owned that area. They owned Dawn's property at one time. That's fact. Look it up. Prior to Dawn's parents. The dogs was the only thing, to be honest. Except for everybody said that the dogs hit in different directions. Like, how does the dogs hit behind the Phillips house? How does the dogs hit at Fred's? How do they hit on Beach Creek? Michelle Walks made it like they hit across the yard on Beach Creek, which is part of why I looked at the ranch, right? How do the dogs hit? Like, we're talking footprints and scent. There's no fucking way. It's to cause commotion. It's to cause confusion. The locals are lying to us about where they hit. Who do we believe? That's the question. Oh, yeah. I believe a bear could snatch up a kid too. I just don't see with Candace and Grandis being outside. Right there. Not being able to at least hear a bear snatch Summer up. Now, could somebody have gone into the basement, opened the door quietly? Summer's a 5-year-old little girl. She's going outside. She literally just went in the house, right? If she's going outside, she's going to slam that door. She's going to make noise. She's going to let it be known that she's out there. Why would a little girl at 5 years old want to go to the basement just to sneak out the basement door? Really? Pat D, I mean, hey, I don't know what to think of Hawkins County Police. I don't want to believe that any police force has bad, ill intention. However, the crime hidden in Hawkins County is disturbing. Right. They'd have seen it. They'd have heard it. You can hear the bottom of that driveway. When Benny was running down there with the bear spray after Molly, you could hear the dogs before they come down the driveway. If a bear was taking Summer, you would have heard it. Candace would have heard it, even if she went for a run down the Freds. If Jody heard it, Candace heard it. So either there was no scream, unfounded, or Candace wasn't home. And she doesn't know what happened to Summer. And Summer never walked into that basement. Or Candace knows exactly what happened. Those are your only three options, in my opinion. Yep. Something would have been found. I heard somebody wrote somewhere the other day in one of the comments somewhere that bears won't swallow the clothes. They won't swallow the fabric. I got to look that up and see if that's true. Because if that's the case, they would have found her clothes. Yeah, they bark. And you could hear other dogs. You could hear Jody Sue's dogs. You could hear Fred's dogs. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go over all this video because I want to put something together with this, with all of the land layout. Nerdy Addicts drone footage. Tim Mullen actually did some really good drone footage. Or whoever did their drone footage. It was good drone footage. And then they had that guy, I want to go over the PIs with the guy that had the drone that was out there. Like, I want to make a whole night of it. That's a night I want to do a long night. Because when you go over the land and look at all that, it takes a really long time. Yeah, you could see that dog trail, dude. And I'm sorry for my brutal honesty tonight. I'm not a person that can come out here and pretend that I don't have these theories or not tell you guys what it is I'm looking at and why it is I'm looking at it and why it could be a possibility. But that's all I could do with you guys. All I could do with you guys is commentate and give you my theories because I don't know. I've never been to that land. I can only go by what people who have been on that land and live there know. Right? I've never heard the Wills fight in the middle of the night. Jody and Andy and Fred and all the neighbors and even Sherfy, you just heard it. They hear it. We don't. We don't know what that's like. No one heard him scream. Her scream, is that what you meant? I know it's aggravating to hear other theories, but it's other possibilities. If you just, lady, same with Elijah View. Right. But you know what? Elijah went missing after Summer, way after, and he was found way before Summer. I feel like somebody would have found her. I feel like the scents that we hear and the footprints that we hear and the neighbors that come out and state that they were on their property, there's a reason for that. You're not sorry. Good. Oh, you meant him, Elijah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kirst. I agree with you. I don't think Summer walked off. I don't think, that's just my opinion for tonight. I don't think she was grabbed by a bear. I see no evidence of it. I don't think that she just walked off. Is it a possibility she could be under something or a tree fell on her or, yeah. There are people that are found years and years and years, 30, 40 years later, and they're just in the woods somewhere, a place that was missed. However, I feel like there's been so many searches on that land that there's no way possible that somebody couldn't have found her. I also feel that. Did anyone notice in CM video? She said she went to the house with the boys. Yeah, I did notice that. Yes, Barbara, I did. I know the possibility of a parent is likely as well. Yeah, agree. That's not the only possibility. Could it be as simple as Candace went for a run? She called Dawn. Maybe one of the boys called her or Hunter or somebody. Maybe that's why the police kept the phone. You know, and was like, hey, we can't find Summer. And Candace was on her way home and called Donnie. The boys can't call Summer. Well, why are you calling me? Call the police. There's so many possibilities, guys. And you got to give the police, like, you got to, I know that it seems like I don't have trust in Hawkins County. And I hate that. But I have to look at it the other way, too, that there's a reason. And yes, did anyone notice? I hear ya. Well, because sometimes, Cursed, the unlikely could be what happened. Like the one thing you don't think of could be what happened. I feel like it's good to put all the possibilities out there because then the locals that are good and want to look and not bring YouTube to it, and only the police if they see something to say something. If they hear something we say, like, oh yeah, that is a possibility. Maybe I seen Candace, yeah. There's so many woods there in a small 40-pound. I believe she got confused. Yeah, but see, Pamela, the thing that confuses me about all of that is why would her scent hit at Fred's? And he said cadaver dogs. He didn't say scent dogs. And then he approved that in my chat or Ziggy's chat saying, yeah, it was cadaver dogs. On his property. Summer would know their property. Laura stated that Summer went to their property with Dawn to fish and hang out with the boys. They rode their bikes down there all the time. Candace never came, just Dawn. Huh? If locals think Candace did do something, then why aren't they searching? Maybe because they think Candace did something. Like, you're not going to find her. Think about it. Candace leaves state right after. We don't know the timeline between Candace calling 911 and Dawn. We don't know what really happened. You know what I mean? There's no real timeline because we don't know what really happened. And I'll tell you the one funny thing TBI said day one, and they continued with every time. We're not going to give details on the timeline. They made sure to say that, which means that they know a timeline. Yeah. Look how good that dude's like, oh, I'm from Indiana. He knew every crook and crevice of them woods. I mean, he was unburying toilets. It didn't look to me like them woods was disturbed looking at toilets. cutting areas. I didn't see no damn woods cut down, or I mean, I don't know. Evidence of them being there shows me they didn't do a really good thorough search. However, I wasn't there and I don't know how they search, and I've never been involved in a search for a missing child. I don't know if they did a grid search like normal people do. The only thing I seen was what they did on Beach Creek. That's the only clip they showed. That's the only clip they would show. That's the only clip they stated. They didn't want people to know where the searchers were looking, which was stupid, because that's another reason that speculation goes around, because then Lawson's on there saying, oh, we have to get permission to search people's properties, but we didn't need no warrants, and everybody let us, but we still have to get permission, but we're still looking into cars in the area even 3 years later. Like, they cause confusion themselves. They don't work together. The TBI, the FBI, and LE, I don't see no evidence of those three agencies working together publicly like you do in most cases. That bothers me. I don't know if any of y'all agree with me or not, but it bothers the shit out of me. Oh, what was the name of the Facebook group? Hurst, I honestly don't remember. I'd have to find a screenshot, and God knows if I have it. You're always asking me for some difficult shit. I'll look, though. If I run across it, I'll share it with you. I spent a whole day, I swear to God, looking for that video for you, and then it dawned on me like hours and hours later, like, oh, Jay is for Justice had it. That's where I got it. I believe it was Tim Mullins or Squall's groups. One of them two. It would have been one of the main groups, because I was in it, and there was a few of them that they were all sharing in. It wasn't just one group. Yeah, Holler, I agree. I think they know what happened too. And something else too I want to point out that I'm sick of with fucking Jody Sue is her and her, it's a group, it's a group, it's a group. I have a couple things I want to speak on that. First off, yeah, it's a group. It's a group effort. It's the world looking for a missing child. It's supposed to be a group effort without secrets and weird shit going on in the background. That's what it's supposed to be. That's called community. That's called coming together. You all state this is the Summer Wells community. Well, Jody Sue, when you get on there and you say shit like people are working together, that's what the hell you're supposed to do. You're supposed to collaborate and do things like that. However, you're not supposed to do it behind the scenes and weird. You don't have to keep it a secret you're talking to somebody, but at the same time, you should be able to make friends and have conversations about something you're both interested in. It shouldn't be, let's do secret Google meetings. No, how about let's have a conversation and hey, we're in chat. Remember what we spoke about last night? Maybe we should bring that up. It shouldn't be, let's go do screaming tests and like y'all weird as fuck. That's too much for me. I want to conversate about the cases. I don't want to become a part of the cases. Yeah, they've made sure creators don't work together. They've made sure we all don't like each other. Scott's included in that too. I haven't mentioned him tonight. All them weird ass motherfuckers. Y'all ain't putting out a good name for Tennessee. I like Memphis. I like where Holler's from. She's cool. I don't fucking know. Karen's cool. I like Light Holler better. I already get along with more people there than I do on Beach Creek. On Ben Hill. The motherfuckers on Ben Hill won't even talk to me. Look, Fred's scared. He won't come into my chat no more. And Ziggy even mentioned it the other night. I don't understand why we can't talk in other people's chats. They already having problems if you don't think they are. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Fred had to hold on to Ziggy so Ziggy wouldn't talk. It's fake. He doesn't love that girl. He's down in Beach Creek. That dude ain't even left. He didn't go to another county. He didn't try to fix himself. He didn't go to a rehab, halfway house home. He could have put himself in one of them homes like the Hay House. You know what I'm saying? If he really wanted to stay sober, you know where he went? He went right to Laura. He's over there faking the funk so she'll stay quiet, not talk about him and defend him so he don't look any more guilty. But the problem with that is the dude's a fucking dumbass with no common sense, in my opinion. So he goes over there and he runs his damn mouth and he makes himself look guilty because he's not too fucking bright. In my opinion. Yes. Ronnie Lawson. That's somebody you should take a cue from. He even tells on his own people. You see, he just fired some of his own deputies and arrested them the other day or something. Something come across my thing. Hold on, my daughter just walked in. I'm gonna put the video on. You guys can watch it while I speak with her.
She wants to show your dog to her people.
Hold on, guys. I got a new dog, kind of.
No.
Kind of. I think Malaya and her boyfriend are both moving in. I'm not sure what the hell's going on. But her boyfriend comes with a dog. Oh, September. Thank you, honey. Aw. I love you. Thank you for that.
He's looking at me for help.
But this is Ranger. His name's Ranger. He is a capoodle. Is that what you said he was?
Cavapoodle. I don't know.
Cavapoodle.
I could be wrong.
Malaya doesn't know what a cava is, but he's a poodle, and she's a dog groomer. So isn't that like she should know what he is?
No, I don't know lots of dog breeds. Give me the dog back.
They got a kitten that I gave them too, and they think they're bringing it back, and they're not. So
Okay, well,
Abdias' mom better get used to the kitten.
no, she doesn't take care of him.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I forgot to turn the volume on. I'll replay this with the volume. Oh, he shut the door. I was going to tell on him. This is why my son's cats get pregnant, because even the older kids come in and they leave the door wide open and the cats get out. And then we got to get rid of kittens.
No, he didn't leave the door wide open. Jasper started running away from him while he was on the leash trying to play with him. He had to go chase him, get him back inside.
He was on the chain.
Yeah, he was running away from him on the chain.
The motherfucker wrapped the chain around my foot. That shit hurt.
Oh, okay.
That's
If my cats get pregnant, you're taking all the kittens.
No.
Guys, my daughter just came in. I hate to do this to you. I know you asked me to stay, but I want to go. I want to go hang out with my kid who just moved back home. I missed her.
Don't lie to yourself.
I'm not lying. You hear her. Don't lie to yourself.
She was happy. She's never been so free.
September, honestly, thank you so much for that. I'm so grateful. Sorry I didn't give a proper. Thank you. My daughter just came in. Yeah, Maury came home. Gordon dropped her off. Yeah.
Is she upstairs?
Yeah.
We're making slime.
No, you're not. She's in bed. She got school tomorrow.
Frick school.
Dude, it's 1 a.m. She got school. You are not waking that kid up. You hear this? They like each other, sort of. Ranger's an old dog. So Ranger like nips when Jasper gets too playful. But we caught them today drinking water together. Yep. Yep, we did. That's a plus. Aw, thank you, honey. All right, guys, but I'm going to go hang out with my kid for a little bit before I fall asleep since she came in from Ubering. And, yeah, I didn't even eat dinner tonight. I need to go eat dinner. That's what I need to do. Aw, thank you, Lady Yor, as always. She's great. She's an amazing mod. The best mod I've had yet, honestly. To what? Yeah, you can have one.
Well, I don't need it.
Look, let me see that a minute. Remember the other day, guys, I was telling you I set up my coffee bar and my husband bought me them things and I had two. She found my second one. That's what I mean. I was putting it in my metal cup to keep it hot and putting it on my burner. And honestly, look, dude, I'm about to get a fuck Ziggy. Dude, I'm about to get me a Tamu sponsorship because my husband be shopping from them like a motherfucker, right? He bought this thing for like $3. No kidding. And they're amazing. So you get the cup and the cup warmer.
You said that you used to heat up wax.
She's
right?
good, man. She puts all the, hold on. Yeah, I put my ceramic thing on it.
How do I do that? Does it actually melt it?
No, not really. You got to like pre-melt it with the
Get a little
candle
cool.
and then it'll keep it hot.
Get a little, just use a candle. Put a small candle on
Maybe the metal. Yeah.
it. No, not the metal. Just like plastic.
Okay, let me finish my line.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, guys. Okay, what I'm saying is she does the copyrights. She does the hit the like. She does everything. I've never had a mod do all that for me. So I'm grateful that I did finally rent you, Lady Yor. And you know you're my only wrench. So if anybody does any shady shit, I know. And right now I'm trusting her. So we're good. She does do all the things. So everybody make sure you like round of applause for Lady Yor. Let me see some clappy hand emojis before I get off of here. No clap emojis. I'll just clap. All right, guys. I'm going to go hang out with the kid. Hope I gave you guys some food for thought tonight. I don't mean to go like 20 million theories, but every theory can make sense. And with the people that live around there playing games, dude, it got to quit. It has to quit. Help find the baby girl. Don't cause more chaos. It doesn't make sense. Yay! All right. They don't hate you. They hate me. They sit in the bushes. It ain't you, Lady Yor. All right, guys. I'm going to get off. Peace and love. I'm going to go hang out with my kid for a little bit. It's been a while. I miss her. I even miss Abdias. Yes. Yes, I do. Okay, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Peace and love. Bye.